those players they're just going to let fly this afternoon. They've got nothing to lose, everything to gain, and their captain Bethany England is somebody who will spearhead their attack.
Tottenham Hotspur players in a huddle away to our right hand side. The Manchester United players just doing a few late quick twitch muscle runs away to our left hand side as the two captains meet to flip the coin out there. Bethany England of Tottenham Hotspur and Katie Zelem. We've mentioned her before. I did think she looked a little bit emotional in that to the anthems.
Yeah, she did, and rightly so. Captain of your club, the club that she grew up playing for. She is a Manchester girl through and through. She's a player who has been an ever-present in this Manchester United team, a technical superstar. When the ball is at her feet, she can put the ball anywhere she wants to. A set-piece specialist, and it'll be an incredibly emotional occasion for her. And I think she will know it herself, but to find a way to manage that and to bring it to the game.
54th Women's FA Cup final in its first year, 70-71. It was called the WFA Mitre Challenge Trophy. 71 teams took part. 2 of those teams were from Scotland. Things have changed a great deal in the women's game, and dramatically so. Not in the last decade, dramatically so in the last 5 years, I would say. Mark Skinner takes a swig out of a water bottle with that black roll-up jumper on, turtleneck jumper on down below us on a very, very warm day. And we're nearly ready to go. Who are you looking at there, Izzy?
Mr. Glazer in the stands.
Oh, he is. He's there. Avram Glazer with several Ineos executives here today as the players take the knee in the battle against racism. The co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is at Old Trafford, as here at Wembley, Manchester United's women get us off and underway, kicking from left to right in their red and black, and Tottenham in their white and navy. And it will be an early throw to Tottenham. The referee is Abigail Byrne, as I mentioned earlier. The assistants are Sophie Dunnington and Nicolette Bria. There is a VAR for the Women's FA Cup final, and we have a problem. One of the Tottenham players is down on the far side, winded maybe. What do you think, Izzy?
Yeah, it was the first start. Manchester United have taken kick-off, they've gone back and then they've gone long. Tottenham have then replied. Martha Thomas winning her first header, which is a massive thing in those opening seconds, and I think Myla Tissier, the Manchester United centre-back, has come through the back of her. But good start from Tottenham.
And just listen out for the rotation. Thomas, England, and maybe Jessica Now's coming in off the right hand side. It's the way they played in the 2-2 draw 3 weeks ago. Manchester United, of course, have this peerless record against Spurs, but we'll see how things go today. And immediately it's Tottenham who are pressing on the edge of the penalty area, and the first shot of the FA Cup final goes in from the deep position. Wimberg coming in off the left hand side to have the shot, but tipped too late from the Swedish international.
Yeah, big opportunity from Spurs in those opening seconds, working the ball off a throw, and Wimberg just given far too much space, traversed across the 18-yard box and let fly a shot that didn't trouble Mary Earps.
Mary Earps, 9 clean sheets this season. Becky Spencer, 4. She's played the last 3 FA Cup games, Becky Spencer. She was brought back into the side after the game against Arsenal. Here's Platoon now for Manchester United. It's for Galton on the left-hand side. Williams is in the middle with Lucia Garcia. Played back to Galton. Early chance for Manchester United. Out came Becky Spencer to sprawl, block and save, and Galton has stayed down. It's a corner kick to Manchester United on the left-hand side. Sweet move that.
Super start for Manchester United as well. That counter-attacking play, they have just played out of Tottenham's press. Tottenham have gone player for player up high. Manchester United have evaded it. Ella Toone slipping the ball into a nice little channel to Leah Galton. How many times have we seen that this season? But it's an excellent save from Becky Spencer just to deny Galton, who goes for the little dink, and it's brave from Becky Spencer keeping her side in it for now.
Had to come out very quickly, all in yellow. The Tottenham goalkeeper Mary Earps all in green with the big fluorescent orange gloves. Where we get this injury treatment breakaway to the Hawthorns in that Championship playoff semi-final, first leg, West Bromwich Albion, Southampton. Here's Tom Gale.
Where's 0-0 with 17 minutes gone, Jonathan. A really strong start from the host right from kick-off. Mickey Johnson straight at the Southampton defence. The opening corner went to West Brom, and they were an excellent block away from Carl Bartley smashing home the first goal. West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
As it finished, Norwich against Leeds earlier on in the other semi-final. Both players here giving cause for concern. Becky Spencer is now on her feet, is it?
Yeah, we're just watching a replay, and that is a brilliant save from the Tottenham goalkeeper, Becky Spencer. A nice little link-up play between Ella Toone and Leah Galton. As on that replay, it's really brave from Spencer. She outstretches a leg, the ball hits her thigh and it goes out for a corner, but that was goal-bound from Leah Galton.
He needs more goals this season. She's only got 3 this season. She scored 12 last. They said they were going to miss the goals of Russo. Well, Nikita Paris has scored 7 more at this stage of the season than she did last season. Rachel Williams has 4 more. Ella Toone has scored more goals. In comes the corner kick then. Met at the far post. What's a big chance. Williams was left free at that far post area, got underneath it and headed it over. That's a massive early opportunity for Manchester United again.
I tell you, that's Rachel Williams. That is why she started this game, because of her aerial presence, the dominance, and the ball over from Katie Zellin off that corner was fantastic to the back post. Rising highest was Rachel Williams, and to be honest with you, she should have done better. That should have been in the back of the net.
Another little story, another little byline to this one. She's a former Tottenham player, of course, had 2 years as a Tottenham player, 2020 to 2022, and she has a great rapport with this competition. This is her 4th final. Rachel Williams scored to take the game in 2021 with Birmingham City to extra time, I seem to think. Now here's Ashley Neville for Tottenham. Short haired, orange boots on the far side. All the Tottenham players in short sleeves as they should be on this sweltering day. Temperatures in the centre circle, an hour and a half before kick-off, 32 degrees. It's a scorcher, and that's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham in the left-back position as Garcia closed down on Nilden.
You were speaking about Drew Spence before, Jonathan, and I'm just watching her. That's the first section of play we've seen Tottenham have a little bit of control, playing it around the back 4. Drew Spence was drifting out to this left back position from the midfield, just to try and tease the Manchester United midfield out of their shape and see what they do.
Lots of players here have Wembley experience. Mary Earps, Ella Toone, Bethany England, all involved in that Euro final for England on the 31st of July 2022 here. Others have played for their clubs in various events. There are various clubs over the years here. As Tottenham will take the throw in with the fair-haired Amanda Nilden playing into the heart of midfield. Thomas dropping deep, then checks back again, puts thumbs up to her coach, I think it was, down below us as she moves forward again. Maybe the coach was saying don't drop that deep. She's on hand now to pick up the ball and find Spence 10 yards inside the Manchester United half. 0-0 in the FA Cup final here on 5 Live from the BBC. Manchester United swarm all around, pick up possession again and push it back to Hannah Blundell on that left hand side, and out wide then towards Galton. Careful with possession, Manchester United, defending the goal away to our left hand side. Sun has gone down, we've now got hazy grey clouds above us, but it is sweltering inside the stadium. Garcia plays back then to Riviere. Riviere caught by Jessica Naz. It's a free kick for Manchester United, deep in their own half, a couple of yards in from the near touchline at 0-0. They'll be taken by Marriott's. Riviere hoping to continue a recent good fortune run for Canadian internationals in the FA Cup final. Jess Fleming, winner on the last 3 occasions for Chelsea. She was just a slight nudge. There wasn't much in that, is he? Just a touch.
Yeah, just the aggression of Jessica Naz and the licence that Robert Villaham has given these Tottenham players to go and express themselves and be positive, front-footed. Every time a Manchester United player has received the ball so far, a Tottenham player has been right in their faces, and that is setting a precedent.
Close to cover for Tottenham Hotspur. At the back is Maya Letizier from Guernsey. No relation to Matthew, though her dad Darren did play alongside Matt as a youngster. He's been ever present in all of their football this season. Letizier and through to the England reckoning again as well. Here is Rachel Williams turning to the dead ball line, pulls the ball back in from the right hand side. Ball clearance drops to the edge of the penalty area, whisked back in there by Lisa Nordstrand, and then Tottenham Hotspur clear. It's back on the halfway line. The ball is at the feet now of Millie Turner. For so long she played at Manchester United alongside Amy James Turner. They were a regular centre-back partnership today on opposition sides. 0-0. Play that here then to Amy James Turner, and she looks long to get Garcia in behind, and she's just caught offside.
Yeah, another player there, Lucia Garcia, who's got the nod this afternoon from Mark Skinner over Nikita Pearce, who could, he's got a number of options to play in that fluid front three, but Leah Galton is a staple out on that left-hand side. And what Lucia Garcia brings is aggression, craft, guile, and the way that she enters the box. When she's on form, she's almost unplayable at times.
Tottenham come into this unbeaten in their last 7 games since they went down to Arsenal on the 3rd of March. They have drawn their last 3. Manchester United 5 wins in their last 8. One but fairly even. But United over this season have dropped 28 points. Last season, in the entire season, they only dropped 10. They have underperformed in the WSL. And we have a goal kick to United at 0-0. Marriott will take it. Villaham down there, very close to the halfway line, just inside his technical area. At the moment, his opposite number, Mark Skinner, has sat down. The dugouts, actually, or the seats, I don't call them dugouts anymore, are quite a way back from the near touchline. Tottenham win that back very, very well indeed. But Nielsen couldn't carry on the run. Nealon couldn't carry on the run. It's picked up here then for Tottenham. Can they get the cross in from the left-hand side? They do so towards the near post. Thomas was arriving in there from the deep position to try and meet the cross in there and headed wide.
Yeah, it's the second time that Manchester United have tried to play out from the back with Jade Riviere advancing, but this time Tottenham nicked it. They caught on the counter-attack, and it was Vinberg driving down that left, looking for that cross. Martha Thomas coming in the blind side, inside that 6-yard box, and Myla Tissier. She gets in front of her, but she heads it wide. But that is Tottenham all over. High press.
Martha Thomas, semi-final hero with Tottenham, couldn't quite get in there. She had a claim that was a corner kick, didn't go her way. Headed home the winning goal in the 118th minute against Leicester City in the semi-final. Martha Thomas after Jess Nass had level. 7 minutes from time. Leicester had led early on. Manchester United look in the box to try and get Rachel Williams in. Out came the goalkeeper Rebecca Spencer to get it away. It's very open, isn't it?
It is, and I'm just wondering whether both teams can sustain this all afternoon because of the heat out there. Just going back there, that long ball over from Marriott. The flick on was won by Manchester United, and the pass back to Becky Spencer, the composure that Becky Spencer showed just to slot the ball back 10 yards to her left back and just play out, just goes to show how calm and composed and focused these Spurs players are.
Hot out there, baking hot in our commentary position, not far from the royal box. We're underneath where the players will receive their trophies afterwards. Izzy's come in a short sleeve top, very summery. If I'd worn a short sleeve top like you, people would have been running screaming from the stadium and there would have been an arrest, I guess.
I think it was the only option on a day like this.
It's going to be a throw to Manchester United then, just on the halfway line, taken by the Canadian international Jade Riviere. And now they switch it away towards Hannah Blundell. What a terrific servant she has been to women's football over the year. Down the line to Galton with the orange boots. Back it goes then to Blundell. Long hair trailing behind her.
Yeah, this is where Tottenham are just really happy sitting when they're not pressing high. They're just happy to sit in 2 banks of 4. The 2 strikers, Martha Thomas and Beth England, just occupying both centre-backs. Distances between the units are tight.
Tottenham on the attack again. And Garcia nearly nipped in there. I think she's forced a corner kick, She has. She closed very quickly down on Amanda Neildon, who was dawdling a little bit inside that penalty area. It's a corner kick then to Manchester United that Katie Zellum will take.
Yeah, that's what Lucia Garcia gives you. She doesn't give up on any ball. She looks to get contact on the player and the ball, and she's won aside a corner just out of pure endeavour down on that right-hand side. And with a delivery like Katie Zellum's, what can they produce on this second corner that they've had this afternoon?
It's on the right-hand side. Zellum puts the ball down. In comes the high lofted corner kick towards the far post. A great leap, and again they've aimed at Rachel Williams in an attacking position.
Yeah, it's exactly the same corner as we saw earlier on from the other side. They're looking to target the back area of Tottenham. They've recognised that is a weak area. Rachel Williams again with the first contact, heads it just wide, much to the Manchester United's dismay, but it's coming for Manchester United. They look a real threat off set pieces.
She's an inch shorter than the shortest Tottenham Hotspur defender, and yet she cleared them then by a good 2 or 3 inches. She's got a prodigious leap, Rachel Williams. Tottenham clear up towards Thomas. England playing just off her. Will look to push it out wide, lob it out wide, and that's what she does, looking for Vinberg, the Swedish international, to take on Riviere, the Manchester United fullback. Angles it back now halfway inside the United half. Someone picks it up for Tottenham Hotspur, and Spencer's to her right hand side. And out it goes from Jessica Naz towards that right touchline, where Ashley Neville's always been a willing runner throughout her career, up and back from that far side. Comes from West Bromwich area of the Midlands, played at Coventry. Big breakthrough at Tottenham, who have possession halfway inside the United half at 0-0. And Summarised once again finds Neville pushing down that right hand side, checks back to her left foot, loops across far side, big headed chance, came towards Vinberg, couldn't get enough height on her leap and headed it over the bar. Stays 0-0.
That's an unbelievable bit of possession play from Tottenham. They've been patient, they've worked the ball from left to right, back over to the left, and it's Summarised with the breaking pass to Jess Naz on that right hand side, and the cross that comes in just to the back stick. Vinberg couldn't get enough purchase back on the header, but really controlled play from Tottenham. And what I noticed in that was how deep Manchester United are. They're inviting Tottenham onto them.
And again they've tried to play out from the back, United, and Tottenham are pressing very high. Riviere will try and bring the ball out. Player from Markham in Ontario, down from Dominica, mum from Hong Kong, takes the throw. There's a push there, I think, on the back of Rachel Williams. Don't forget there will be a new name on the Women's FA Cup today. Neither of these two teams have won this trophy before, and it'll be the first time since Birmingham City's victory in 2012 that the cup hasn't been won by one of Arsenal, Chelsea or Manchester City. Manchester United have possession with Tizier forward, then looking for, on this near side, Lucia Garcia. What do you make of Lucia Garcia? She's been very important for this season. She's only missed one game.
She's horrible to play against, I'll tell you that for free. She's horrible to play against. She bites at your heels, she chases, she presses, she's really creative with the ball. She's got an aura of unpredictability about her. But I'm just looking at Manchester United so far, and I'm sort of thinking, you know, what are the ideas behind how are you going to break this Tottenham team down? But so far Tottenham are looking really disciplined. They know what they're doing, they look calm, they look effective.
Tottenham to the halfway line, look for Thomas. It's looped out down below us. That's the Manchester United right at the Tottenham left. It'll be a throw into Spurs. 0-0. We've been playing just over a quarter of an hour. Very lucrative competition this is now for women's football. The FA earlier this season announced it's doubled the total prize fund for the Adobe Women's FA Cup. These two finalists have already gained £384,000 in prize money since entering in the fourth round, and the winners here today will get an extra £430,000, and that compares to £100,000 last season. This is a significant trophy in the world of women's football now, as it should have been. Here's Spence playing back into her own half, and it's whisked square by Millie Turner of Tottenham, and then little Lana Bueller, I should say, of Tottenham, and they were caught in possession there.
Right, it was risky from the two Tottenham centre-backs. The pass across was whipped across centre-back to centre-back with too much pace on it, and the ball was off the ground. It was really difficult for Amy Turner to control, and Rachel Williams just sniffed the danger, and she was almost in there.
Here's Bueller, 2 more appearances for Switzerland recently. One of the many players who's been cursed with a cruciate knee ligament injury in the past. 2016 it was, as they play a big crash crossfield ball to switch the play out towards the right hand side where Jessica Naz was awaiting. Too long it goes, bounces away from the 23-year-old London girl, and it will be a throw to Manchester United. 0-0. We've been playing some 17 minutes now at Wembley Stadium.
That's what Tottenham are looking for. Summarised, one of the two central players in the midfield for Tottenham. She's looking for that switch out to Jess Naz whenever she gets time on the ball.
And he has to come and pick it up. World Cup Golden Glove winner, FIFA best. not missed a minute of WSL football since she joined. That's 92 games in a row. It's a phenomenal record. Here's Zellum. And a little controlled pass out by Turner. Out towards Hannah Blundell. What a good player she's been over the years.
Yeah, she's been very adaptable. She's played off both sides at full-back, right and left. She's got that kind of modern trait as well, which we're seeing so often in the game now, the modern full-back coming inside. She's got the ability to play, and you can see her here. She's actually not wide as a full-back. She's more central, building up, creating that space for Ella Toone to get in.
On the edge of the penalty area, Williams was inside, forced away through a challenge, comes back to Ella Toone. This is on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Williams across, nips the defender. Ashley Neville just prodded out a play for another Manchester United corner. I'd say they've had more of the possession. They've certainly had a couple of corners, and they've come closest with Rachel Williams in the air. And this is where they're going to be dangerous again. We can see where she'll go, Rachel Williams. And how do they counter this then, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm just watching her now. Drew Spence is close to her. Boyler's close to her. Sorry, Booler, the Tottenham centre-back. Nothing fancy going on here, just players matched up in the box. Rachel Williams moving around a little bit. Zellum's going to in-swing it.
Towards the far post, there's a little bit of variation. Header back across the goal. And so close for Lucia Garcia to head Manchester United in front. She had to rush in. It was a set-up header from the back post from Millie Turner. And in came Lucia Garcia, crowded out, and the header went over.
You know what? That's really good defending from someone in the Finnish midfielder for Tottenham, who's tracked Lucia Garcia right till the very end. The ball is whipped to the back post again, knocked down by Millie Turner. And Summarised just does enough, because Lucia Garcia can see herself tapping it into an empty net to open the scoring in this FA Cup final. But Summarised just does enough to put her off, and the header goes over the bar. But big chance for Manchester United.
Big rivalry between these two sides. Spurs won promotion to the top flight in 2019 after finishing second to Manchester United in the FA Women's Championship. But there was that old argument that Tottenham were a team Broxbourne ladies, they were many years ago, and Manchester United were a sort of created team to fit the needs.
Absolutely, and the journey of both these teams is, like I said earlier in the build-up, I think both teams absolutely deserve to be here. This is a fantastic showcase for both in terms of where they're at as teams and their development, and so far it's really tight, not much really separating these two teams.
0-0, Tottenham have possession. Lana Bula back then towards Becky Spencer. What a quarter-final she had, a match that went to penalty kicks against Manchester City. Now Manchester United in possession in their own half. Letizia in the sunshine comes back out again, strolling, yellow boots, turns, lays it out wide, shirt untucked to Millie Turner once again, league ever present last season, and this season again. She's been subbed only a couple of times in that period. Again, a very consistent player. Blundell is on the ball, used to play a lot of her football with Chelsea, won the cup a couple of times with them. Her fifth final. Garcia, a couple of goals in this competition for her this season. Back it goes then into the Manchester United half. Riviere rolling in from the right full-back position, tight to the line, infield, plays back to Mary Earps, who swings her right foot at it and gets it out wide again to Blundell. Down the line to the fair-haired Galton, back again to Blundell, looking to push it into the Tottenham half again. Neat and tidy football by Manchester United. Galton rolls in off the line. Lisa Nolson away towards that left-hand side. She rather rushed her pass and never only had to hop to head it away, and Tottenham should clear and do. 0-0, and we've been playing 21 and a half minutes, and Tottenham have possession here down below me then, with their left back Amanda Neildon in possession. She ran into a challenge, no free kick given, but it comes Tottenham's way, and Summarised switches it deep towards the far side. They tried that crash ball quite often. It's been dragged straight into the hands of Mary Earp, so they're trying it. Yeah,
that's the out ball for Tottenham. When they're looking for it, they're trying to get Jessica Naz, who's got tremendous pace coming in off that right hand side. But I'm just watching Manchester United build up. Letizia, the centre back, is coming into midfield, and they're almost operating with a back three, with the full backs coming sort of as at either side of Millie Turner, and they're just trying to dominate the midfield. The spare player is then Ella Toone, but she's getting frustrated because they cannot find her yet, and she's putting her arms up. I can understand that. She's a number 10, she wants to be on the ball, but for now, and it looks like there's going to be a drinks break actually.
There is a drinks break. Just before that we saw shots in the crowd of Ricky Villa and Ozzy Ardiles. Howard Webb also sitting just behind them. Two Argentine players, heroes at Tottenham, of course. Let's go back to the Hawthorns, get an update then from West Brom, Southampton and Tom Gale.
Whereas 0-0 was 7 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half, Jonathan. The game's big chances for either side. First Southampton, Flynn Downs wide left of the 6-yard box, one-on-one. Fine leg save from keeper Alex Palmer. Adam Armstrong couldn't volley home the rebound. At the other end, Fellows stands up the deep cross. Grady Diangana with the excellent hang time. Header initially saved by McCarthy and then cleared off the line by Flynn Downs. We played 37 minutes. West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Players in a huddle getting the drinks down here. There'll be a drink break in either half. Ricky Villa presented... I can't remember what cup final it wasn't a Wembley Cup final. He presented the medals to the victorious side. I think that game was played at Leighton Orient, but I can't think which final it was. Anyway, he's sitting up there with a cap on and his blue Tottenham suit and his blue Tottenham tie, up there with the VIPs, and Ozzy Ardiles chatting away there as well. He used to orchestrate the Tottenham midfield. We've seen pictures in the stadium of Katie Zellum, who orchestrates the Manchester United midfield, of course.
Yeah, you can see her there just using this opportunity to just communicate with their players on a bit of a closer level. It's obviously difficult when the stadium is packed, the noise is so loud throughout, getting your messages across to your teammates, and the same for managers on the touchline. You can see Robert Villahan there looking really calm, composed. He seems very, very comfortable so far with the way that his team has carried out the game plan. The challenge is, can they keep it up? Manchester United, however, have yet to see them break through Tottenham's shape so far. Be interesting to see what Mark Skinner said to them in that section.
Both managers looking to make it third time lucky in cup finals. As Manchester United look for Garcia down by the byline, away to a right hand side cross in the middle, looking for Williams, and up in support was Toon inside the 6-yard area, stretching, leaning back, hit it high, and I would dare say why.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we're looking at signs of why Rachel Williams has been selected to lead the line for Manchester United. The ball across from Lucia Garcia, she looks to sort of cross it to the mid-section of the box. Rachel Williams, you can guarantee she's going to get the first contact. She looks to cushion the ball into the path of Ella Toon, who makes this third player run. Just watching the replay, she nods it down, and Ella Toon stretching to get on the end of it. Could do better, or am I being harsh? Good run though, good bit of play from United.
Ella Toon was a Blackburn player when they lost the playoff final against Tottenham to go into the second tier. So she's on mission revenge today. That was back in 17, I think it was. A little clout on the ear for Jessica Nowt on the far side. 0-0 in the Women's FA Cup final on 5 Live and the BBC. Plenty of football to talk about, and of course we have Manchester United's men against Arsenal kicking off at 4:30 with John Murray and Clinton Morrison up there at Old Trafford. Next weekend, on the final Sunday of the season, we will have reporters wherever the story is. John Murray will be on duty in Dennis Alley, Bruce Ball and Mark Chapman, of course, as Tottenham attack the Manchester United end. Away to our left hand side, there's a little gentle header on inside the penalty area that came to nothing, and it was Amy James Turner was up in support. We've got the contact, and she dribbles through then to the goalkeeper. Mary Earps has it, and she will roll it out. That's a big thing for them to sort in the summer, Mary Earps' future.
Yeah, I mean, she'll desperately want to get her hands on some silverware today to, validate all of the work and the progress that she's made at Manchester United. Ian Wilkinson, the goalkeeping coach at Manchester United, has had such a big impact on her career. He is a wonderful coach, and the progress that the two of them have made, almost like a little team within the team. Who knows what will happen in the future, but she's a wonderful goalkeeper.
Nielsen had possession for Manchester United, a little spin, and then she rolled it back to Jade Riviere with the long black hair and the white boots, and she pushes square to Millie Turner. Turner tried to find Blundell on the far side. Now she couldn't pick it up, and they bypassed her. Tottenham with the ball, looking for Jessica Nowt, who has pace. We know that on the far side, but she couldn't get there. And it's going to be a throw anyway, I think. The ball trickled out of play, did it? Yes, it did. It came off the Manchester United defender. She couldn't quite keep it in, Millie Turner.
I'm surprised Tottenham haven't managed to find Jessica Nowt more often in this first half, because she's a player banging form, real threat in behind, unpredictable as well. And they've just yet to find her and getting her into the game properly so far.
Well, here come Manchester United down the left-hand side with Galton. halfway inside the Tottenham half. Looks for Rachel Williams. A little bit fortunate. The attempted clearance by Amy James-Turner ricocheted off Williams, but they get it away. I mentioned Becky Spencer's heroics in the quarter-final in the shootout against Manchester City 5 days after their semi-final victory over Leicester. They remember one of their founding members, Sue Sharples. This was lovely. She passed away suddenly in April. She was 32. She started Broxburn Ladies with her friend Kay Brough in 85 and played a very big role in moving Tottenham Hotspur's women up the football pyramid. It was lovely that they remembered her. And I would remember Mary Rain today. It might not mean anything to many of you, but Mary Rain was the first BBC female football reporter and paved the way for so many who are here today working. And Tottenham Hotspur have possession with Bula away towards Neildon, and Neildon down the line, and quick little ball 10 yards away, and this is collected by Vinberg. Vinberg's been key for them. Low cross towards the penalty spot area and hoisted away very quickly by Katie Zellum, 20-30 yards away towards Bula once again. Bula with the curly hair tied up behind her shoulders in towards Spence, and it goes back into their own half and out by James-Turner to Neville, but it comes to nothing, and Manchester United have possession back. 0-0. Izzy Christiansen with 29 minutes play.
Yeah, both teams just looking to find the right key to unlock each other at the moment. Tottenham enjoying really nice bit of possession, the very comfortable move in the Manchester United block around, working their way into the box, and that cross from Vinberg off that left hand side was well cleared by Zellum. Excellent positioning from the Manchester United skipper, but like I said, the keys haven't been found yet.
The stadium is dotted with empty seats in the high tier, dotted though, and a lot of those would possibly have gone out for refreshments or toilet breaks on this baking hot day. Looks a very big crowd though, as Manchester United again diagonally look for Galton, attacking the right hand side of the Tottenham penalty area. Pulls back for Katie Zellum. Zellum shaped to shoot, then bent in across. Looks for Williams at the far post, got up really well. Decent defending though. Bula got underneath her to make sure she couldn't get a clean takeoff, and then the flag goes up against Williams for offside.
Yeah, Katie Zellum just finding herself on the corner on that left hand side of Tottenham's 18-yard box in a really nice attacking position, and she shaped the ball. She's kind of dinked the ball almost like a golf shot to the back stick. She's tried to sort of pitch it up to Rachel Williams to win the first contact, but Leah Galton, it just goes back. Leah Galton was offside in that move.
And the free kick will be taken on that far side then against Galton, as he was saying. It wasn't Williams who was offside. I think they're taking it in the right place. They've stolen a couple of yards here. So Becky Spencer will take this free kick from inside the shade, which is now sneaking in 10-15 yards from the far touchline and down this near end of the ground, as Tottenham look to the far, the old tunnel end, and look for the run in there of Thomas, and it's cut away by Manchester United's Myla Tizier, and it's going to be a throw then for Tottenham Hotspur to be taken by Neildon, Amanda Neildon. Played the last 9 games, ever present for the club since coming in on loan from Juventus in January. She won 2 cups with them. It's a poor throw from her, but Manchester United idled a little bit. Riviere was slow to close initially, then gets the challenge in and wins it back again and clears her lines towards Rachel Williams. 0-0 as a push by Drew Spence, and a clumsy battered into Ella Toon, is it? No, it's not Ella Toon. I don't know who it is.
Myla Tizier. It's clever from Drew Spence, really clever, because Manchester United, they were defending inside their own 18-yard box from that Tottenham throw-in. They've cleared it, and the second phase is dropped, and Myla Tizier got their chest on the ball, advanced forward, and Drew Spence just made really professional contact just to disrupt the Manchester United counter-attack. And that is what Drew Spence brings, the wealth of experience, and she looks very, very comfortable in that too, alongside someone in that Tottenham midfield.
Wilhelm wipes his hand up over his forehead, a little bit of sweat, few beads of sweat on that forehead sneaking down from his silver hair. And only lost 2 cup finals with Hacken to Rosengard and Hammarby in consecutive years. That's why he's going to change things, 3rd time lucky. Manchester United in possession, and Toon is fouled, I would guess, by Bethany, it was Myla Tizier again who's fouled by Bethany England, coming towards us on this near side. Just got a little bit too close there, Bethany England, who's playing in the deeper role behind Thomas up top. It'll be a free kick here for Manchester United, is it?
Yeah, there's two matches on the pitch. It's Millie Turner up against Martha Thomas and Maya Le Tissier up against Bethany England. Two fantastic battles, and with Maya Le Tissier coming into the centre of midfield in the Manchester United build-up, Bethany England is the player marking it out of possession, and she's just done really well there, Maya Le Tissier, to get aside a free kick in a dangerous position with Zellum on it.
Free kick to attack the Tottenham Hotspur penalty area, played in low and flat, and Toon I think will settle for the corner kick as Jessica Naz came with her shoulder to shoulder. Good pressure on her by the Manchester United player, and it's another corner kick for the team in red.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Manchester United technical area. Ian Wilkinson, the goalkeeping coach who does all the set pieces, just instructed his side to play short on that wide free kick. Must have been a pre-planned tactic.
And Zellum will take it, right-footed. Not missed a minute in the league this season. High cross towards the far post. It's off the line. It was a good header by Millie Turner, I think it was, and it was cleared off the line.
That's an incredible clearance from Summarised. It's banged into the back of the net, bound by, I don't know who won the first contact. It was Millie Turner, but it's beaten Becky Spencer and her teammate on the line. Summarised just clears it away.
Important positioning by Evelina Summanen, the Finnish international. Remember seeing her in the Euro finals for them. And she's in possession now. Blair who joined from Christiansen nearly 3 summers ago now. Been a big part of Tottenham's climb up towards respectability and beyond and into a cup final. They're 6th, they're 7 points below Manchester United. They can't finish lower in the table. So 6th in an FA Cup final, I think that represents a decent season for Tottenham Hotspur women.
That's the second goal line clearance from Summanen. The first one was that contact on Garcia that was inevitably going to be tapped into an empty net, and then that one there off the line. That's fantastic defending from Spurs.
Manchester United have come the closest, but it's 0-0 on 5 Live from the BBC. Half-time at West Bromwich Albion, Tom Gale.
0-0 between West Brom and Southampton. Goalkeepers with the standout moments. First, West Brom's Alex Palmer used his foot to deny Flynn Downs from inside the 6-yard box. Then Southampton's Alex McCarthy down low to deny Grady Diagana's header. At the break, West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Manchester United play out to Lisa Nolson. Back it goes from the Norwegian international back to her centre halves. It's cleared long into the Tottenham half. It's 0-0. Drew Spence is on it. She pivots on her left foot, plays right foot into Jessica Nash. She's smothered there by Blundell and Zellum, and it's Katie Zellum who picks it up, and Manchester United just picking up the pace again at 0-0. Here's Leah Galton in the FA Cup final of 2024. In comes across into that penalty area, looking for Williams, played in by Ella Toon. Tottenham get it away again, but it's Tottenham who are defending deep, being pushed back as the half dribbles on. 10 minutes to go. In comes the cross, but slightly off balance as he struck the cross. Jade Riviere, it loops behind the goal for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's poor quality from Jade Riviere. Expect better. Manchester United just working the ball. Felt like they were turning the screw a little bit, putting the pressure on Tottenham. Jade Riviere, the United fullback, finding herself in a very advanced position, but how often do we see that with fullbacks in those areas? The composure in the final moment to cross the ball, and it went over the bar for Spurs to set up on the attack again, building from the back.
Becky Spence, who once saved a penalty in the final, Birmingham City's 2012 final, from her teammate Drew Spence, who was on opposition side that day. Spence plays away towards Neville, and Manchester United have it back on their left-hand side with an angled ball played forward towards this near side. Garcia Rose headed it down, and it's swept away then by Luana Bula. And Bethany England carries to the halfway line. Left-hand side plays a straight ball down the line to the diagonal run of Martha Thomas, but it's asking too much of that run, and Manchester United pick it up once again. Yeah,
you've got to pick and choose your moments of when to run the channel. On that occasion, Bethany England wanted the pass into the channel, but Martha Thomas hadn't really made enough intent with the run, and on that occasion I always think if it's not on, don't give it away. Don't give Manchester United the ball back. Keep the ball, work it through again, and luckily Tottenham managed to get hold of the ball here, and they're building from the back again.
Do you think conditions are already playing a part? We've had 36 minutes, 37 minutes now, and it's brutally hot down there. Drew Spence has it on the far side. He's experienced many things in her life. She's been around for a long time, 264 games now, first team level in women's football. Jamaican international, was an England international before that, played for England a couple of times. Is Bethany England, didn't stick with her, in snapped Jade Riviere behind her to push the ball away and out of play. And thinking of Becky Spencer's big run of FA Cup successes, 9 FA Cup finals before today, winner with Arsenal 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 13, and the one I told you about when she was a penalty shootout saviour. How about Rachel Yankee? 11 wins with 2 different clubs, 13 finals overall. And I think it's on occasions like this, Izzy, that you remember the ones who were the pathfinders, the pioneers for women's game. And Rachel, the unique Rachel Yankee certainly was one of those.
Yeah, it definitely was. What a quality player. Spurs just giving it away, playing out from the back.
And Zellum now to Manchester United, attacking the goal away to our right hand side. Plays into Rachel Williams, takes the return, frees Blundell. Galton is wide, Blundell will go for goal. Goes very quickly by Williams. It comes here for Toon on the swivel. Round about penalty spot, slightly to the left of the penalty spot, swiveled and put it wide of the far post.
You know what? I expect better from Ella Toon in that situation. She's facing the wrong way. She spins on the ball and looks to shape it into the far corner beyond Becky Spencer. Spencer's reaction tells us it wasn't close, but it looked it. But Ella Toon in that situation, you wouldn't want any other Manchester United player in there. The ball just ricochets inside the box. She swivels on it and looks to shape it, and it goes just wide.
Mark Skinner sat down immediately after that, now moves forward again, moves between 2 of the advertising hoardings, takes his position up in the technical area, beaten in the FA Cup finals, the Birmingham manager, and last season with Manchester United, of course, here. Ashley Neville heads forward for Tottenham Hotspur, comes to Drew Spence, gets away from 2 players and checks again and lays back to her right side centre half, Amy James Turner. Finds Ashley Neville, back again to James Turner.
Yeah, look at this, Martha Thomas just completely free in the centre of the park, dropping in, actually gives it away, but such good play from Tottenham to find that spare player. Just coming in silently in between Zellum and Nalsund, who's had a quiet game so far. Nalsund, we've not mentioned her yet.
Martha Thomas drops deeper, she's doing again now to pick it up off the defenders, so Bethany England is the furthest forward, supported by those wide players Naz and Vinberg, who's been pretty impressive down the left hand side for Tottenham. Spence looks right, looks for Naz, but it just trickles through here then to Millie Turner of Manchester United, down the line towards Leah Galton on that left hand side. Harrogate born Leah Galton, they want her to score, they're unbeaten 34 times when she scored, but it's Tottenham in possession on their left hand side. It's an untidy ball in from Amanda Neildon straight to a Manchester United player. The first goal in the Women's FA Cup final is crucial. 23 of the 25 WFA Cup finals, the last 25, have been won by the team scoring first.
It's the first time Jessica Naz has managed to get on the ball, and you could hear the roar inside the stadium from the Tottenham fans as she got on it. She drove inside, looked to switch it, shifted it out to her left back, Neildon, who was wasteful with the end product, and it gives Manchester United possession back to build again. I think both managers will be quite happy at this point at 0-0 if it stays like this before the break. Tizier plays forward, here's Garcia, aerial challenge there with Bueller. The ball drops halfway inside the Tottenham half, it's brought out by one of the Tottenham defenders. I think it was Suman caught in possession. United have it back again. No, there's Suman back on the edge of her penalty area to tuck it to her goalkeeper who will get it away. It was Vinberg who was trying to bring it out, who was caught moments ago. 0-0 it remains. 5 Live from the BBC. 0-0 it was. Norwich against Leeds in the first of the Championship playoff semi-finals. No goals West Bromwich Albion, Southampton. And don't forget, Manchester United Arsenal in the Premier League at 4:30 today on 5 Live. Manchester United 85 points, goal difference 91. Arsenal 83 points, goal difference 88. And there's that tussle, isn't there, for 4th to get into the Champions League, with Villa playing tomorrow. Tottenham winning yesterday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Burnley, that relegated them. And they weren't at their fluent best, Tottenham. At least they got the win. Here's Rebecca Spencer for Tottenham's women's team. Towards the halfway line. Flicked on. And now United have it back again. Lucia Garcia has possession, trying to trick her way through. Loses possession. Tottenham bring it away. Jess Naz has it on that far side. Naz, this is some sort of white piece of cloth that's appeared on the pitch
just to the right-hand side of the centre circle. Tottenham throw-in, taken by Ashley Neville, the competitive Ashley Neville, approaching 300 career games. Then Sumanen sweeps square, and Luana Bula brings it out over the halfway line to the left-hand side, 5 yards in from the touchline. Kneeled, and it goes on from her. Looking for Vinberg, and Manchester United well positioned to get it away and do so. Up then towards Rachel Williams, who couldn't hold it up but managed to get something on it. Came back to the heart of the midfield, and Lisa Knowles. A little bit scrappy here at the moment, is it?
Yeah, it's really scrappy. You can just see Spurs just trying to push for the goal in the second half. Sorry, in this first half, and they've got Nilden down the left.
Nilden steps inside a marker. Can she get across in here? Nilden towards the centre of the penalty area. It's gone all the way through, and Blundell will bring it away for Manchester United now. Holds it up, sensibly so, because there's nothing on up front for her. Jade Riviere's got her hands on her hips, was nearly down on her haunches. She's okay, it would seem. 0-0 it remains. Very tight. You said beforehand, didn't you, that you thought it was going to be tighter than a lot of people expected?
Yeah, it's been that so far in the first half. Both teams have just been trying to find the key. Like I said, to unlock, it's been open, and then it's been cagey at times.
Garcia to attack the Tottenham penalty area, steps inside Neil and plays it square. It's scuffed in there by Nolson. It was a poor effort, poor technique. She swung her boot, collected by Toon, gets the cross, and it deflects towards the head of Rachel Williams. On it goes, and Tottenham clear from inside their own penalty area. Bethany England all the way back there, gets it away then, and Katie Zellum tries a shot. I think that's blocked either by Spence or Sumanen, or maybe a combination, but anyway, Manchester United start to build again at 0-0 on that left-hand side, as the ball comes in from Zellum, and Galton rolling in off the left, plays right towards the right-hand side, and that's a centre-half shot from Myla Tizier that's gone about 10 yards over.
The way that she shaped that one up, it didn't even look like she was trying to shoot. She was trying a little dink over the Spurs back line, but far too much pace on the ball. I think Mark Skinner's just moved to the edge of his technical area, asking her sort of what on earth was that, at a good time when Manchester United had Tottenham right defending on the edge of their 6-yard line.
Not a goal scorer, I think it's fair to say. She's got a couple this season. She's not missed a minute in any of their football. Again, we're seeing pictures in the stadium of Daniel Levy, up in the Tottenham area of the executives, looking very calm. Manchester United now defending as Tottenham have possession. 0-0. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time to play. Matilda Vinberg finds the left touchline, and Amanda Nilden back to Vinberg once again. The two Swedes combining on the Tottenham left. Manchester United clear, and in slides Evelina Sumanen, who pushes the ball out of play, and that's going to be a throw into Manchester United.
Yeah, I don't think Robert Villahan can question any of the commitment so far from his players. They've executed the game plan to perfection. Some of them been at the absolute heart of everything good that Tottenham have done, and those 2 goal line clearances have certainly, if it does go to half time at 0-0, Robert Villahan will be very, very happy with that.
I wonder whether history will be made with one of those Swedish players scoring. They would be the first from Sweden to score in an FA Cup final. Weekend very Swedish orientated at the moment with the Eurovision, bizarre as it was last night. Strange old thing that, wasn't it? Captivating to watch, but strange old Eurovision 2024, very controversial. Thought to be taken by Amanda Nilden. Thomas drops deep. Tall Martha Thomas, as the ball bypasses her, and Vinberg sets sail into the centre circle. Left-footed pulls a diagonal pass 10 yards away from Naz. Again coming in off the line to a central position. White players have done that too often, really. Gone into the thick of things, gone into crowded areas. Not really seen too many times that Tottenham have got in behind, apart from down this left-hand side, is he?
Yeah.
Not too much on their right.
Yeah, it's almost like they're keeping something back at the moment. Short back pass from Blundell gave Bethany England an invitation to press Mary Earps, but yeah, Tottenham have lacked a little bit of quality in the final third. But can they finish the half strong? Because Drew Spencer's in the attack, and she's certainly got quality.
She's on the far side between the left-hand side of the United box and the touchline, but the pass in from Naz dropped short was intercepted. And now Zellum plays out for Manchester United, and they've got a chance to counter very, very quickly here. Nelson to the left-hand side, Toon has it, Blundell's outside her. On the edge of the penalty is Gorton. Toon takes it on, has a shot. Oh, what a goal! Manchester United lead with a goal that would befit any game. And it has put Manchester United ahead in this FA Cup final. From the Tottenham attack, United broke, and they broke so quickly, and they broke so decisively. And from 25 yards out, she hit a right foot shot that rose and looped and dipped beyond Rebecca Spencer, and into the top corner it went, and Manchester United are 1-0 up.
Yeah, Manchester United have just cut Tottenham right open. Tottenham on the attack, and the counter-attack for Manchester United. They just find the spare player, Ella Toon, who drives with the ball. They had 5-on-4 against Tottenham. They had so many options. Ella Toon was driving with the ball. She sold someone into the shop with a cut, and she pushed it onto her right foot, and so often, how often do we say it, Ella Toon, she finds that top corner beyond Becky Spencer, and she set half of this place, the place decorated with red, alight. What a finish.
Opened the scoring in round 4 against Newcastle, put them ahead in the first half in round 5 against Southampton, and scores the opening goal in the FA Cup final, and it was a beauty.
I'm watching the replay and I've not done that justice. She curls the ball outside the width of the goal, and it comes back in on itself and finds its way into that top corner. Becky Spencer's got no chance. What a finish.
Started the ball about half a yard outside the post and bent it back in and sent Mark Skinner screaming towards his fellow coaches. Manchester United lead through Ella Toon, who was there as a youth team player when there was no Manchester United senior team. Didn't exist. Went away to Blackburn, onto Manchester City, back to Manchester United. And she has given the goal. She has given the Manchester United fans the reason they cheer as the half-time whistle is blown, and United sprint off down the tunnel down below us, leading in the Women's FA Cup final by this 1 goal to 0.
Izzy, that is a stupendous goal. There's an argument that it's even better than a goal at Wembley in the final of the Euros. Outstanding.
Oh, absolutely unbelievable from Ella Toon. She's been a little bit frustrated in this first half. Whether that's the heat getting to her, I don't know. But I tell you what, she has found her feet. The way that she chops the ball onto her right foot, some of them, she goes flying. And then it's just the positioning of the ball. It's outside the width of the goal to bend it around back into the top corner. A goal worthy of an FA Cup final. And I tell you what, Steve, she loves a goal at Wembley, Ella Toon does.
She scored against Brazil in the Finalissima, didn't she?
And always special goals as well. The one at Wembley in the European Championship final, the little dink was unbelievable. And I think she's just bettered it with that, and she's on a mission.
That is going to be an absolute hammer blow to Tottenham, because it did sort of look like they really needed half-time to come.
Yeah, they needed half-time, and in that split second, in that minute between Ella Toon finding the back of the net and the half-time whistle blowing, completely changes the dynamics of Robert Villaham's team talk, because at 0-0 I think he's happy, but at this he's now got to find a solution, and he's got to find a key to unlock Manchester United. That they've really lacked quality in the final third. They've done everything else right, their structure, their shape, they've built from the back well, but they've not had that sprinkling of magic in the final third yet, Tottenham.
And in Evelina Summarised, they've had a player who's made 2 absolutely outstanding goal line clearances as well.
Yeah, she's kept them in the game. The first one I thought was really clever, the way she gets contact on Garcia, who must think her name's in lights around this Wembley Stadium, opening the scoring for Manchester United, but it wasn't to be. She headed it over the bar under pressure. And then obviously that one off the line by Sumner was unbelievable positioning. As a defender, if you drop back onto the line when the ball's gone beyond you, Becky Spencer was beaten by Millie Turner's header back across goal, and just to clear it and the instinctiveness just to be there kept aside in this game. Tottenham are still in this, by the way, completely still in this. I do sincerely back Robert Villaham to come up with a strategy that's going to get them back in the game, but it's teed up for a pretty exciting second half.
Yeah, they always say it's the worst time to concede, but it does give the manager 15 minutes to think about how he might change things in the second half. Izzy, Jonathan, thank you for the time being. What a goal from Ella Toon. Manchester United 1, Tottenham 0, half-time at Wembley Stadium in the Women's FA Cup final. Remember, at 4:30 this afternoon, we'll bring you full commentary of Manchester United men's team at home to Arsenal in the Premier League. So we'll take you to Old Trafford for the first time today after the news on 5 Live with Alison Hughes.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Foreign Secretary, David Cameron, says putting restrictions on UK arms sales to Israel would only strengthen Hamas and make a deal to release hostages less likely. The US is threatening to withhold some weapons if Israel carries out a major ground assault in Rafah in southern Gaza. Lord Cameron says the UK won't support such an offensive unless there's a clear plan to protect civilians. Paul Adams is our correspondent in Jerusalem.
I was talking to a couple of Western officials last night, and there was a discussion about the extent to which Israel has responded to repeated requests to put in place a viable plan to look after the safety of the hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be displaced as a result of their operation in Rafah. And they agreed that Israel so far has done nothing.
The Foreign Office is investigating claims that a British-Israeli hostage has died in Gaza. 51-year-old Nadav Popplewell was abducted by Hamas on the 7th of October. A third man has been arrested on suspicion of murder over a fire in a house in Wolverhampton yesterday. 2 women died and 4 people were injured. 2 men were arrested yesterday. Police have been given more time to question them. The former Chancellor Nadim Zahawi says he paid nearly £5 million in a tax settlement 2 years ago. He was sacked as the Conservative chairman last year after an ethics inquiry found he hadn't disclosed that his tax affairs were being investigated. Mr Zahawi says HM Revenue and Customs found it was a careless mistake. And the best television programmes of 2023 will be recognised at tonight's BAFTA TV Awards in London. Succession and Happy Valley both have 5 nominations. One of the Crown's 4 nominations is for Dominic West. He played Charles, who was Prince of Wales at the time.
The writing's so good, and I had the period of time I was playing Charles was so tumultuous and interesting. It was sort of impossible to turn it down, and in the end, I think we did some good work, and hopefully we'll win.
That's Dominic West.
Now, stay back. We are going to rock through time.
On BBC iPlayer.
This is Ruby.
My name is the Doctor.
Come on in.
Come on. 1963.
I'm having the best time. Is that a monster?
There's no such thing as monsters. They're just creatures you haven't met yet. I have the whole universe at my fingertips. So I'd love it if you came with me.
Doctor Who, the brand new season. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sports with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
Manchester United won, Tottenham 0 at half-time in the Women's FA Cup final. An extraordinary goal from Ella Toone. Second half commentary on the way. Still West Brom 0, Southampton 0 in the Championship playoff semi-final. First leg earlier it finished Norwich City 0, Leeds United 0. Busy day of action in the County Championship as well. There's a great ball-by-ball service available via the BBC Sport website. Nick Ashragani is in the sunshine at Trent Bridge.
I am indeed, yeah. Glorious day here, and what an innings we have been treated to at Trent Bridge by Nottinghamshire's captain Hasib Hamid, the headline of the day. He's currently out there on a career best 236 not out as Nottinghamshire made their way to 482 for 9 in their first innings. They lead Lancashire by 151 runs. Outstanding stuff. Ollie Stone earlier with a career best 90 down the order as well. Other highlights include in Division 1, Surrey once again. Their charge goes on towards the top of that Division 1 table. They were all out for 464 in their first innings earlier. They've reduced Warwickshire to 97 for 4 in their second innings. Warwickshire still trailing by 24 runs with just those 6 wickets in hand. Over in Division 2, it looks as though it could be an early finish in the match at Cardiff between Glamorgan and Sussex. Sussex batting in their second innings, currently 186 for 8. They lead by just 53 runs with only 2 wickets in hand. Northants also up against it. They've been set a mammoth target. They're 32 for 1 in their second innings against Gloucestershire, still needing a very unlikely 526 for victory there. But as I say, the story of the day, Hasib Hamid currently 236 not out, the England opener here for Nottinghamshire, as they make their way to 482 for 9, a lead of 151 over Lancashire. All the scores available on the BBC Sport website and app.
And as you mentioned, every ball of every game, you can listen to the full commentary over on the BBC Sport website and app too.
Let's find out if there's anything doing at the Hawthorns. Tom Gale.
6 minutes gone in the second half, Steve. West Brom 0, Southampton 0. Really good watch, great intensity despite the energy-sapping 23-degree conditions. Saints won the 2 league outings relatively comfortably, but as player football goes, this is finely poised, very edgy. West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Thank you, Tom. So we are going to bring you full commentary at 4:30 from Old Trafford of Manchester United versus Arsenal. Top of the Premier League looks like this then. Manchester City have gone back to the top, 85 points from 36 games. They are 2 clear of Arsenal. And what that means realistically is that Arsenal are going to have to win every single point and hope. This their penultimate game of the season. The time's exactly 3:30, John Murray, so we can get the team news.
And this Manchester United team news might be to their interest, I would think, because neither Bruno Fernandes nor Rashford are fit to return for Manchester United. Mount is back on the injury list, as we knew. Anthony and Eriksen are left out following the defeat at Crystal Palace, which was Manchester United's heaviest defeat of the season. So it's 3 changes in total for Manchester United, with McTominay coming in as captain, Amrabat and Amad Diallo into the starting lineup as well. So the Manchester United team is Onana, Dalot, Casemiro, Evans and Wan-Bissaka. So Casemiro and Evans again in central defence together. Then the midfield of Amrabat with McTominay and Menu, and then Amad Diallo, Højlund and Garnacho. And the Arsenal team is unchanged. Same side that started against Bournemouth last weekend. So Saka and Tomiyasu, who were doubts, are okay. So it is that team: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Tomiyasu, Odegaard, Partey and Rice, Saka, Havertz and Trossard. And I think I'm right in saying, I am, it is the same set of substitutes as well. So Jorginho, who we heard from earlier in the programme, is on the bench again.
Clinton Morrison is alongside John for commentary this afternoon. Hi, Clinton.
Hello, Crossy. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Do you think that that Erik ten Hag selection is obviously partially about injury and partially the physical representation of his feelings about their Palace performance?
Yeah, but he's not really made that much change. Anthony, Ahmed deserves the chance ahead of Anthony. We've questioned him all season. He hasn't delivered. So it's Ahmed's chance, opportunity. I think you need to bring McTominay in. You know what, Crossy? I was just sitting there with John when the team came in. We don't know, because he could play Amrabat, he could put to fullback and put Wan-Bissaka into centre half and put Casemiro. I know that's a lot of chopping and changing, but I don't know if Casemiro and Evans playing at the back against this Arsenal front three could cause problems. And I've seen it at previous times where McTominay has played as a centre half for Scotland, so he could do a job, but that's too much changes, I think, Crossy.
And the one thing I should add as well is one of the Manchester United substitutes, a very, very young Manchester United substitute bench again, is Willy Kambuala, who's coming back from injury, but obviously not yet ready to return to the starting lineup, or alternatively he has other plans.
Let's hear from Erik ten Hag, shall we then, the Manchester United manager. They've won just one of their last 7 Premier League matches. Here he is going through each and every one of them, more or less, and suggesting his team have shown the kind of fight that he wants to see.
The problems we have faced, all the injuries, in almost every game, they fought. And there was great team spirit, not on Monday. That's why I was so disappointed. Monday I was really disappointed, and also the players were disappointed with themselves. But all the other games, we fought with each other, a good team spirit. Brentford, how they fought, not play well, but they fought. And then Chelsea, it was a great game. We played very good, and they fought. Then Liverpool, again, we had to adapt the back line because Rafa dropped out, Johnny dropped out, and they fought. Coventry, till the 70th minute, we have discussed this. Then Sheffield Wednesday, they are resilient, fought back after 2 times losing. Against Burnley, the 3rd game in 6 days. And if you see what they put out, there was a lot. How deep they went in their physical outputs, it was incredible. Yeah, they fought.
Clinton, I'm absolutely sure that Erik ten Hag believes exactly what he's saying there, but I do also think that a lot of Manchester United fans will listen to that and disagree.
Listen, I was listening to you on my way here earlier, Julian Laurent. Obviously, it's the interview, and in his expression, how he was is exactly how I am. Listen, let me tell you something, Crossy. As a footballer, I wasn't as talented as some of these players that are probably playing at Man United. That's a given when you cross that white line to 4. What's he talking about, 4? You're playing for Man United Football Club. It's not about fighting for that jersey. It's about getting the 3 points. They've just not been good enough. The performance again, and I know he said the Palace one, but they've been like that all season. He's just covering over cracks. His team of 4. Everyone should be fighting when they go onto the pitch, Crossy. It's just not good enough. And when Ten Hag, I'd rather him come out and just say we ain't good enough. Stop making excuses. The excuses, they're wearing thin with everybody. With us, they're wearing thin with I can't speak for everyone, but it's wearing thin with me. Probably the fans are getting frustrated. Performances at the moment, and they have had injuries, but every club's had injuries this season. It's just nowhere near good enough. Too much excuse after excuse with Ten Hag. It frustrates me.
And I almost think, John, what Mikel Arteta said in his press conference sums it up quite well, in which he talked about, he said games like this, if you're going to win a league title, this is the place you have to go and win. I mean, that's not the kind of way we would have discussed Old Trafford in previous years. It's the kind of place where you want to go and not lose. But things have changed quite a lot. And on paper, this Arsenal team are a long way ahead of this Manchester United team. Yeah, I mean, they can equal the club record of home defeats in a single season, Manchester United today, if things go Arsenal's way. There is that possibility that what we've seen in recent seasons when Manchester United have come up against Manchester City and Liverpool and they've been in the mood, that Manchester United are made to look not second best but third best. So there is that possibility today, and Arsenal putting out the same team, that continuity for them, whereas it feels like Manchester United are absolutely stretching and searching for just something, really. Although I add to that, they have only lost here once since New Year. So they haven't,
Oh, yeah, I'm not writing them off, Crossy, that's for sure. I'm not writing them off, because would it surprise you if Man United got a draw here against Arsenal? It would surprise everyone, but they have got the capability. You saw what they done here when Liverpool came in and were favourites, and they got something against Liverpool.
Twice, yeah.
Exactly, Crossy, exactly. So you never know, but just that that word fought, it's a given to in whatever job you go to, you got to go and fight tooth and nail, and at the moment I'm not having that. It's about getting results as well, Crossy.
Yeah, last back-to-back games, last time they saw a team with a new manager who had a really clear style of football, exactly what Manchester United fans want. Today they go up a team doing what Manchester United fans want them to do, which is challenge for a league title. They seem a long way away from that. Clinton, John, thank you. Full commentary to come from Old Trafford at 4:30. Manchester United women's team enjoying themselves much more so far this afternoon. They lead Tottenham at half-time in the Women's FA Cup final thanks to an absolutely extraordinary goal from Ella Toone. Time for the second half now with Izzy, Christiansen and Jonathan Pearce.
Thanks very much, Steve. The players are out, the Manchester United players in a huddle in the shade, which at the west end of the stadium, which is the end of the ground where the Tottenham Hotspur fans are amassed, and the Tottenham players away to our left-hand side. Then sun will be streaming into the face of Becky Spencer in their goal in the second half. That could be a factor. The draining of the players by the heat will be a factor. There are no half-time substitutions yet, but I can tell you Melvin Mallard has got her tracksuit off. She stood down there in the Manchester United technical area at the moment as we're off and running in the second half. Then Tottenham kicking away to the goal to our right-hand side. The ball is headed out by Lucia Garcia of Spain and Manchester United on the right-hand side. One of the last quinte, the 15 players who boycotted the World Cup over what they perceived to be troubles with the Spanish FA, and boy, did those troubles come to the surface after those World Cup finals were played. Tottenham have possession. It's in their own half. Amy James-Turner, who has it, such a successful and consistent player with Manchester United over the years. Selim is down below us, and so too is Toone. Toone swept it forward for Manchester United into the Tottenham half, which is collected by James-Turner. She swivels, finds Sumanen, centre circle. Sumanen off to Spence, who's too strong there for Selim, holds on to possession and rolls the ball out to the right-hand side, and Vinberg has come to the right, and Naz has started the second half on the left-hand side. I'll ask Izzy about that in just a few moments' time, but as Vinberg took on her player, Hannah Blundell, the Manchester United fullback, dealt with it very easily.
Yeah, Robert Villaham has had to change something at half-time because he needs to find a way to get his side back into this game. And what he's come out with in this second half is exactly the same 11, but just that tweak, like you say, Jonathan. Jess Naz has gone over onto the left-hand side and Vinberg has come onto the right, maybe just to have a little bit more of an inversion to the wingers, the style coming inside so that they can pack out the central areas, because they were quite open on the counter-attack in the first half, where Tottenham,
they had possession, Tottenham, inside their own half. The ball was at the feet then of Amy James-Turner, who looks to her left-hand side and nudges the ball away to Amanda Nielden, the Stockholm-born Swedish international. Jessica Naz is on that left for Tottenham, and they'll settle for a throw. And I mentioned in the first half that the winners of this get £430,000 in prize money. When prize money was offered for the first time in 1977, the victors got the princely sum of £100. It's gone up a little bit, and so it should. And away by Zellum for Manchester United towards the halfway line. Rachel Williams was fouled in there. Also did a little bit of digging at half-time. We saw Ricky Villa up in the stands beforehand, and I mentioned I thought he presented the cup to the winners. It was at Enfield FC. It was 1980. St Helens beat Preston North End, and it was just after he'd won the World Cup with Argentina. It was just before he was back here at Wembley Stadium for Tottenham Hotspur and scored that fantastic solo goal. And the first player he beat in that run to score the solo goal was my mentor in the game, Jerry Gow from Bristol City. The late, great Jerry Gow for me. It's cleared away now for Tottenham Hotspur to Beth England. Beth England on that left-hand side finds Nielden on 5 Live from the BBC, with Manchester United against Arsenal in the Premier League to come. And if this game goes to extra time, we will go to Sports Extra, and you will hear Man U Arsenal on this station. Tottenham from a long way out trying to push it into Beth England on the edge of the penalty, but they're pressing high here, and they're pressing Manchester United back to the edge of their penalty area. Vinberg couldn't quite bring the ball under control. United clear, is it?
Yeah, Vinberg just really struggled to get into the game. She's looked a little bit scruffy for me in possession. I think Robert Villahan will have a look at her after switching wings with Jessica Naz, but I don't think it'll be too long before Robert Villahan turns to his bench and has a look at what he can do. Now, I'm looking at Kit Graham, player with exceptional control of the football, and she's got an eye for a pass. Looking at Céline Bizet, the Norwegian international, who can come on and offer pace on the counter-attack. He's certainly got options.
But Mallard was stripped and ready to go at half-time for a reason. She's coming on. There must have been an injury problem here. Galton is departing. That I can only think, Izzy, she had a problem. She's not walking particularly happily. She had a problem, I would think, at the end of the first half. Go on, see if you can run it off. If you can't, then we'll make a change.
Yeah, she's not looked herself at all this afternoon, Leah Galton, but I just wonder whether it was... Well, it happened in that opening couple of minutes where she had that chance through on goal, and she had a big collision with Becky Spencer. It was a brilliant save by Spencer, but I just wonder whether Leah Galton caught herself in that and then has struggled to shake it off. But not a bad replacement. A player I played with on at Lyon. She's come on loan to Manchester United, but she's got tremendous talent. Melvin Millard, French international,
Champions League winner with Lyon, part of the team that won it 4 times, the league a couple of times. She was on the bench when they won the Cup in France as well, the French international. But it's Manchester United on the counter here, and they look for the pace of Lucia Garcia, about 10 yards right of centre, attacks the penalty area, goes into the penalty area, wriggles, shimmies and runs straight into a fine piece of defending by Luana Bula. Kept her eye on the ball, not the player's body movements, and got it away. Now has to get it away again because she was given it back by Jessica Naz in a difficult position. Found Naz, and Naz has turned effortlessly away here.
Oh dear,
and then
dear.
misplaces the pass and gives it straight back to Manchester United.
Oh dear. I tell you what, brilliant defending from Bula. Jessica Naz is centre back. Brilliant covering and doubling up from Jessica Naz, the winger, but then just poorly giving the ball away. And I think that summarises Tottenham's afternoon so far. They've still got time to change it, but they've just really lacked that quality when they've broken out of the defensive structure into attack.
Melvin Mallard plays to Naz. Nelson attacks the penalty area way to our left, the Tottenham penalty area, but it's easily cleared away by Summarised to the halfway line, and Vinberg brings the ball under control. Vinberg joined in January from Hammarby, looks then for Martha Thomas down the line, and Thomas had Selim tucked up behind her, and away it goes and out of play then.
Yeah, I'm just watching Robert Villaham on the touchline. He's just given Céline Bizet the nod. She's taken off her warm-up bib. And also Shuang Wang, Chinese international player who's got, again, really nice technical quality inside that sort of number 10 role. Be interesting to see what area she picks up, but I expect her to be in that central area. Vinberg hasn't quite cut the mustard yet this afternoon.
Letizia goes across with Naz. No foul given as they come together. As lay on the pitch momentarily, realised nothing and began picked herself up. It's Izzy seemed to buffet her from behind. Boos from the Tottenham fans. You can hear from behind that goal. And there'll be a throw now to Tottenham as United cleared to the halfway line, left-hand side. Luana Bula, who's had a very good day so far for Tottenham Hotspur, leaves it, and the throw will be taken then by Neildon for Spurs, who trail 1-0 with 52 minutes gone at Wembley Stadium in the Adobe Women's FA Cup final of 2024. Those two Tottenham substitutes preparing to come on momentarily, down in the sunshine below us. And what effect will they have on the game, you wonder? Xuan Wang is down on her haunches, just doing her bootlaces up, goes down to do the bootlaces up on the right-hand side. And Manchester United have possession with Mallard. That's a lovely little exquisite touch back to Blundell down below us. Real Xbox stuff that was, real FIFA 93. I'm not too sure we are with the FIFA games, to be honest, Izzy, but anyway, I've left behind a little bit.
You're asking the wrong person. I've never been a fan of video games. I'd rather just play the real thing.
Yeah. There's Lucia Garcia just rolled inside the fullback, and I think she was clipped. I think Neildon got a touch on her, but she went down in stages, and it gives Manchester United a free kick halfway inside the Tottenham half, 5 yards in from the far side. 1-0 down, Tottenham Hotspur to Manchester United, and on come the two substitutions now. So it will be Celine Bisset Ildesoy who will come on for them, who's a forward, we know that. Who will she replace?
Zimberg. Yeah, she's been at it at all this afternoon, and rightly so. Robert Villaham has made the opportunity to bring on fresh legs, bringing something different into the game.
And the first substitute to come on was Xuan Wang from Wuhan in China, Chinese international, 123 internationals to her name. Came in December from Racing Louisville. December of last year. She only played 9 times this season. She hasn't had a league start. Only played 138 minutes. Naz goes off, Wimberg goes off, so they've changed the wide players for Tottenham Hotspur as they defend this free kick. High into the box it goes, great leap at the far post. United lead by 2 goals to 0. Yet another set piece has undone Tottenham. Zelen played to the far post where Williams has been such a danger all game long. It's paid off, and she has another famous FA Cup goal, and Manchester United lead the 2024 FA Cup final by 2 goals to 0.
That's inevitable. A wonderful delivery, a set piece of the highest draw, and this header back across goal from Rachel Williams, and it's just inevitable. Rachel Williams starts the game, Rachel Williams scores in the game, but I'm telling you what, I'm looking at the Tottenham bench, I'm looking at Robert Villaham, and I've been very, very complimentary of him all afternoon. But why on earth are you making a double substitution on a defending set piece, even an attacking set piece? But they've done that, and honestly, that's a massive mistake from Tottenham. Massive.
Well, it's something that you learn in school, really. You don't make changes defending a set piece, and that was an elementary error, and Williams rose up high. Ashley Neville got caught under the ball. She crept between Neville and Bethany England to loop the header back, and what a smashing story this would be. But here is England now for Tottenham, but from range it drifted always wide, and Manchester United have a grip on the trophy.
Yeah, it's a super response from Spurs though, straight from kick-off. They just pierce through the centre of Manchester United's midfield. Bethany England touches the ball around Katie Zellem, and she goes to unleash the strike with her left foot, and she should have just slipped in Celine Bisset. And these are the big decisions, these are the moments where you've got to have that element of composure. Bizet's just running through. She's got to run on Jade Riviere. If Bethany England just slips the ball into her, she's got to tap in, but she hasn't. She's skied it over the bar.
Goal kick Manchester United, taken by Mary Earps. I can't remember a Tottenham shot on target in the game that Mary Earps has had to deal with, really. And certainly Becky Spencer has been the busier goalkeeper. What a history she has in this competition, Rachel Williams. Her 4th FA Cup final, one with Birmingham in 2012. She scored the stoppage time equaliser. She was on the losing side with Notts County in 2015, then Manchester United last season. every time against Chelsea. She was a Chelsea player for one season, she was a Tottenham player for two. She says she loves this competition. Picked to start and gets the goal to justify that selection. And with Rachel Williams, who I think... Oh, it's a terrible error by Becky Spencer! She's given Manchester United a third! She passed it straight out to Garcia in the penalty area. Crestfallen, she puts her hands down to her knees. But Manchester United here now are just over half an hour away from the cup, I'm sure. An absolute gift. An absolute gift.
That's just incredible. Tottenham have capitulated in the matter of 5 minutes. And this goal this time, it's a huge mistake from Tottenham. From Becky Spencer, she must be feeling absolutely rotten right now. But it's the advance, it's the pressure, it's the energy from Manchester United. They've just jumped and they've pressed. It's Lucia Garcia off the right-hand side. She's just gone and forced Becky Spencer into that mistake. Becky Spencer's miscleared the ball and Garcia will not have an easier goal in her whole career. The pressure from Garcia makes it. It's lazy from Becky Spencer and it's a tap-in from Garcia. That's surely game done and dusted foul for Manchester United.
Played back to her by Amy James Turner. She opened her body up to try and put it away towards the left-hand side. And she just passed it straight to Garcia, virtually on the penalty spot, who had a vacant, gaping net to tap it into. And with her third goal of this FA Cup campaign, she gives Manchester United their third of the final.
Yeah, and you look at Manchester United starting 11, Rachel Williams in there, who people definitely would have had their questions about, and she's had her impact. She's done exactly what it says on the tin, really, with Rachel Williams in the team. She scored a header, and Lucia Garcia, who I'm sure was one of the players in question of to start or not to start, but she's just come up trumps as well, and it just goes to show the sense and the squad and the management of it. Absolutely bang on from Mark Skinner. And Nikita Pearce has just come on now with a point to prove.
She's replaced Rachel Williams. Rachel Williams, virtually her last touch in this game was to score their second goal, and a minute later it was 3. And Tottenham look a broken team, and Nelson now looks for Nikita Pearce, who just a few weeks ago turned down this very lucrative £1 million deal to go to North Carolina Courage, one of the leading teams in the United States of America, and it would have been brilliant for her, brilliant for Manchester United, but no, she stayed. She wanted to see this cup campaign out, and I think the window's closed now in the United States of America, so she'll have to wait to resurrect that move.
And again, just Summoning and Tottenham playing out from the back, from the defensive third into the middle third of the pitch, and just really lacking the quality in the final third. Some of them just trying to let Beth England away down the line, but the pass intercepted by Millie Turner. It's somewhat summary of Tottenham's afternoon so far.
Manchester United well in control. Millie Turner brings it out, finds Anna Blundell on the left hand side. Let's have an update from the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion against Southampton. Tom Gale.
Whereas 0-0 with just 15 minutes of normal time remaining, Jonathan. West Brom with the best chance since the break. Winger Mikey Johnson's pace and trickery causing Saints problems. His cross was stabbed just inches wide by the fullback Darnell Forlong. The visitors have made changes. A new look front three: Stewart, Brooks and Fraser. West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
And Mallard has just nearly created another for Manchester United here with a little run and a shimmy to the dead ball line. Whisked the shot to the far post, there was no one there, and now it's just run straight out of play by Lucia Garcia, who has this happy knack of popping up with important goals, and she has another one. She's approaching 100 in her career now, by the way. The Spanish winger comes from Basque country, from Baracaldo, was a Club Athletic Bilbao player, and it's cleared away now by Spencer up towards Bethany England, who slips and stumbles, sums up her day really. Just hasn't worked. We expect a lot of rotation from the Tottenham front three, and it didn't really happen to affect Manchester United or affect the game.
Yeah, and the substitutions and the timing of them by Spurs, I understand the changes, but why make them on a set piece when the team is set defensively? You know your roles, you defend the set piece, you get it away. When the ball goes out next, that's when you make the changes. But it just, to me, it isn't a surprise that Tottenham conceded that second goal after making that double substitution.
Just before the third, I was about to say Rachel Williams knows where football lies in her career, because she came from the era where you didn't make money.
Well,
she was a plasterer, I think. She had a plaster by trade.
She was, and I played with Rachel Williams at Birmingham City, and she used to do a full shift of carrying plaster up and down stairs in houses, plastering walls, and she's built. She is so strong. You wouldn't want to be up against her in a 1v1 in training, and then she'd come and train at night and she'd run the show. And to see her still playing at the age of 36, starting an FA Cup final, scoring in an FA Cup final, it's an unbelievable story.
Now Mallard to pressurise Ashley Neville. His first touch wasn't great. In towards Toon, tried to place the shot straight towards Becky Spencer, but it was Toon's goal on the stroke of half-time that broke the deadlock. If you've just joined us and you're waiting to hear the Manchester United Arsenal game on 5 Live, a little bit later Johnny Murray will bring that to you with Clinton Morrison, but it was Toon's goal on the stroke of half-time, an absolute peach that broke the deadlock. 9 minutes into the second half it was 2, and a minute later game over. You would think
the goal from Toon right on the stroke of half-time was the game changer, because it completely changed the dynamics of the game going into the second half. Both teams, Robert Villeham would have been really happy with 0-0, and I think we'd have a very different landscape right now, but that goal from Toon just set the stadium on fire, and what a finish it was. And then Manchester United just picked up in the second half, followed suit and shown their quality.
United look for Mallard on the left-hand side, a couple of yards in, shadows stretching away from her towards the east end of the stadium as she nudges it down the line to Toon, and across the cover came Amy James-Turner into her own penalty area. She finds Ashley Neville, square ball through the box to Luana Bula, and somehow she manages to get away from Lucia Garcia, who's digging in deep, as he was saying in the first half. She's a real terrier of a player, and that's a good slide challenge from Jade Riviere, who's I think played really well on that right hand side of the United defence.
Yeah, she's done well, and she's had she's had a few injuries this season as well. She's not had a consistent run in the team, but when she's played, she's been brilliant. I think it's smart of Mark Skinner to have opted with Riviere and Blundell as the two full-backs. I think there might have been a temptation to play Gemma Evans there, who's naturally a centre-back, but I think it would have been a tough afternoon for her up against Jess Naz. So I think in terms of selection, Mark Skinner's got everything spot on.
Avram Glazer up in the VIP area, along with Daniel Levy. Got some news from West Bromwich Albion, Tom Gale.
Well, we've just got over 10 minutes of normal time remaining, Jonathan. The game is opening up. Players suffering with cramp, and Grady Diangana by the penalty spot. Not a direct penalty, should have scored, but the veteran keeper Alex McCarthy with an excellent save. In the same phase, back up the other end, Alex Palmer this time keeping Southampton out. Ross Stewart saw a deflected shot, well saved with his feet. We played 80 minutes, West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Tottenham in possession. Just seen a close-up of Sue Hoff, who's up there in the VIP box. What a wonderful job she's done for women's football over the years. So many unheralded people who've played a big role in the development of the game, is it?
Yeah, there's many, and it must be a real sense of satisfaction for people like Sue Hoff to be sitting in the stadium this afternoon, I'm sure enjoying a very nice lunch and watching the progress of the game, which is in front of us for us all to see.
Going to be a substitution, 3 substitutions for Spurs coming up. Kit Graham's coming on, Charlotte Grant is going to come on, and I think the other one is, yes it is, Rosella Ayan is going to emerge. She's a forward player, and we'll wait and see what changes they make now, but that will be 5 changes made in this second half by Tottenham in fairly rapid style as the game has gone away from them, and they need to grasp it back again very, very quickly. They have possession, they're 3-0 down, they're on the edge of their own penalty area, played out then by Luana Bula. Time now to throw caution to the wind, you would think. Amy James-Turner. 3-0 to Manchester United. Apologies for the splutters there, but producer George brought me a cake at half-time. I asked for lettuce and carrot juice, but no, a cake was delivered. Difficult for an athlete like me. Here come Tottenham on the attack now. Left-hand side attacking the penalty area. It's a decent ball out wide. Can they get the cross in here from the full-back? Good chance, off the bar! Bethany England denied by the woodwork. That's the closest they've come.
Wow, it's a brilliant header from Bethany England. Back across. She couldn't have caught it any better, and it smashed the crossbar. Mary Earps has done one of those reflex save, she couldn't get near it, which just goes to show how good the header was. And Bethany England's got her head in her hands. I'm just watching a replay now. The ball's down the left hand side. It was the fullback Nilden with a wonderful dink pass. Bethany England rises the highest, and I'd expect Bethany England to see that ball nestle in the back of the net, smashed off the bar straight back out, and Martha Thomas couldn't get her head close to the rebound.
And that's the last action for Martha Thomas. She has gone off to be replaced by Rosella Ayan. Kit Graham has come on for Sumanen in midfield, and Grant has replaced Charlotte Grant, the Adelaide-born Australian international, has come on for Neildon on the far side. But she's more of a right back, really. Neville has played left back at times.
Yeah. Well, Charlie Grant coming on, you almost get an Ashley Neville on the other side. The aggressive nature of the play, the attacking mindset to get forward. Charlie Grant's a work in progress, that's for sure, but a player with a lot of quality, promising quality. You know, she's got really good opportunity under Robert Villaham to progress her game. He seems like a wonderful coach to play under.
And he'll know her very well from Swedish football. She came in from Fitcho in January. It's only 4 games since joining Tottenham Hotspur. And Celine Bisset, the Norwegian flyer up front. I saw her dad play. His name was Kjell Gunnar, and she can be a very exciting player on her day. 4 goals for her this season. Cup winner in Norway with Vålerenga. But up against it here, trying to restore some pride perhaps, with Manchester United leading by 3-0, and we're beyond the halfway mark in the second half. And they will take a throw in through Jade Riviere, once of the Michigan Wolverines at college, now playing in an FA Cup final in England. Nudged on by Knowles. Nelson tried to find Nikita Paris in that penalty area. It's cleared away by Spurs. A lovely ball by Zellem, opened up the spaces, one of the best passes of the game, whipped away towards Hannah Blundell on the left hand side. Turner sidesteps out, rolls it into the heart of midfield. Manchester United keeping possession and keeping it well. Nolson played 14 of their last 16 games now. Out towards Riviere, in comes her cross, looking for Paris. It's half clear. Garcia was in there, crumpled under a challenge, and rolled towards Paris, but it's stolen away by Luana Bula. And Tottenham should clear it again. As they clear, the Bethany England's very, very deep, was nearly caught with the challenge. But they played out from deep against the press, Izzy.
Yeah, they've played really well in terms of switching the ball side to side, Tottenham, but they've just lacked that quality, and they've just progressed up, but they're offside again. But Charlie Grant, substitute that came on for Tottenham a couple of minutes before, you could tell the assignment straight away. It is to run forward as fast as you can, looking for the balls into the space, because it's an all or nothing mentality now for Tottenham. They've got to give everything. Just interesting if that header from Bethany England went in, how would that have responded? How would Spurs have responded after that? That would have been 3-1.
Players come to the near touchline to get the drink. 2 drink breaks, 1 in each half, because the temperature before kick-off was so extreme, 32 degrees down in the centre circle according to the FA. So we'll go back to the Hawthorns and update on that Championship playoff first leg between West Bromwich Albion and Southampton. And Tom Gale.
0-0, Jonathan, with just over 5 minutes and normal time remaining. A scene we played out across football, team plan, a play out from the back. Southampton this time, West Brom with the press. It fell to Swift, he couldn't direct the shot goalwards. We've got 85 minutes on the clock. West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Coming up a little bit later on, of course, Manchester United against Arsenal, the top of the Premier League. Arsenal start 2 points behind Manchester City in their title tilt. It is a game they simply have to win. If they don't, if they lose, then the title could be decided in midweek. Manchester City at Tottenham. You'll hear from John Murray and Clinton Morrison, and all I can say about that duo is that Clinton Morrison has never led me astray. John Murray's lawyers will be listening in, I would guess, but he's a great man, is John. If you've ever seen John Murray, he's the tallest man on earth, I'm sure, but he is one of the most, he's such a gracious gentleman. Anyway, it's I digress. It's a free kick here. I think when we resume, it'll be a Manchester United free kick. Will it be for the offside, the original offside?
Yep. Mary Earps putting the ball down.
She just wants to see some action, I think.
She won't be complaining when that Bethany England header hit the crossbar, because she was beaten. Came back out, and Martha Thomas was inches away from the rebound, but she just couldn't quite get enough leap on it.
Takes the free kick from 10 yards inside her own half, finds Mallard into Nikita Pearce, who slumped to the ground, thought she was fouled, she wasn't. Now here's Ayan for Tottenham Hotspur, came up wide towards the right hand side, which left them with no one up top. And here's a free kick for Manchester United for the challenge on Hannah Blundell, who's been really steady once again for Manchester United. Such a consistent player over the years with Chelsea, where she won this competition a couple of times, won the league 4 times. And it's a free kick that will be taken by Millie Turner. Don't get more consistent than her, Millie Turner. How she's playing football is unbelievable. In 2022 she was diagnosed with a carotid artery dissection. Here's Mallard on the attack, United countering. Is this for? Blocked by Spencer at the near post. Nikita Pearce glares in the 6-yard area. She was available to Mallard's right hand side. Mallard I think she went forward and kissed the post there, denied by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's far too easy for Manchester United. The Tottenham line was just broken with one pass. Mallard gets on the end of it, her pace gets her in behind. She's driving in from that left hand side. She is right footed, but the ball was on her left, and to be honest with you, I thought the finish by her standards was very poor. It was a comfortable save from Becky Spencer. That should have been 4-0 to Manchester United.
Goal every 3 games at Lyon. Navi Mallard 33 and just over 94 games I think she played. Corner kick for Manchester United, taken by Zellum to the far post. No Williams there now. Turner got up high, cleared to just the edge of the penalty area. Blundell couldn't pick it up, and now Manchester United will try and run it away, but there was no joy as they tried to counter there. Manchester United got bodies back to stop Tottenham Hotspur breaking away, and now they look long, Manchester United, for Garcia to get in behind, and outrushes Rebecca Spencer to the edge of her penalty area. Clutch it up on 5 Live from the BBC. 3-0 Man United. Mallard. That goal, that chance that hit the bar might have made a difference, but overall, Izzy, Manchester United by far the better team?
Absolutely. They've been stronger in every department. There were spells in the first half where Tottenham were, I would probably say, on top, but never really threatened Mary Earps. But, you know, Manchester United have got the experience of this occasion, and they've been, you know, they haven't been incredible, but they've been efficient.
Toon did well on the ball. Mallard crosses into the penalty area, tried to find Garcia, she's found now, and it's 4-0. Tottenham had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white shirts inside their penalty area and simply failed to deal with it. United played it into the penalty area, the little layoff there from Nelson, I think it was, and into the roof of the net it went, and Manchester United have a 4th goal, and the FA Cup final of 2024 has surely now been won.
Yeah, again, the efficiency of Manchester United. Tottenham are just falling apart, and Robert Villeham, I can just look at him here, he's making the hand gestures of his team to be more compact because they are so open. They just carve the ball. It's Ella Toon just feeding the ball through the lines to Melvin Mallard, and she crosses it. The ball ricochets. It's a little bit scruffy. It's Narsland who finally sets it off to Lucia Garcia, who finishes it off balance beyond Becky Spencer. It's actually a really good little finish, the way she lifts it. It takes a deflection over Becky Spencer, but my word, Manchester United have been comfortable in this second half. A fantastic display from them.
She's only missed 1 game this season, Lucia Garcia. That's 8 goals she has now. 4 of them have come in this competition. Player who learned her trade playing futsal in the Basque country of Spain. And she has sent her coach, Mark Skinner, into delirium. And here is Garcia now turning playmaker, and Tottenham are crumpling. Mallard in off the left-hand side to run against Ashley Neville. Goes wide of her, tries to steer it back. There are players in support. Narsson with a little ball off. Garcia in the deep position, and Tottenham scramble it away. Both teams have had their different roads, from footballing obscurity in the women's game to an FA Cup final, and it'll be Manchester United who will be the newest name on that trophy tonight. Let's go back to Tom Gale.
Where West Brom 0, Southampton 0, a minimum of 6 minutes of added time, Jonathan, so still chance for a potential winner. West Brom have made their final change, lots of players suffering with cramp. It's a case of probably must not lose the game from here on out. West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Well, we were expecting a sellout here today. There were, as I said earlier, 1 or 2 pockets of empty seats around. Maybe the problem on the trains, maybe the heat put people off, I don't know. Some of them couldn't get here, sold tickets and backsides on seats. It's a different story. They were hoping for a world record. Actually, the Germans have always said that, and the Spanish have always said the record was held by Barcelona against Wolfsburg, 91,648 that was. They've always maintained that was the record. April 2020 I think that was. Manchester United are about to make 3 substitutions. Aoife Mannion will come on. It's a nice moment for her. Lucia Garcia will depart. Renato Maezawa will come on. Great ovation for Garcia, is it?
Yeah, rightly so. She's going to soak up that walk. She's gone off on the far side and she's walking around that left-hand side of the stadium that we can see, and she's about to walk in front of a sea of red United fans, and she is going to absorb every single second of that, and she deserves it. She's been fantastic.
Ella Toone goes off. What a goal it was to light the fire under this FA Cup final. What a goal it was.
Yeah, it's a terrific goal. Ella Toone's going to get the same reception from that sea of red Manchester United fans.
Here come United again, looking for a 5th. Square ball across the Tottenham penalty area. Comes to nothing in the end. But it's been a super display by them, especially in the second half. Tottenham hook it up, looking for Bethany England. The ball played long by Wang Shuang, the Chinese international. Didn't come to anything. Now Mavin Mallar has the space of Wembley in which to run. In towards the far post there. It wasn't a good ball across the box, looking for Nikita Pearce, too far ahead of her. Yeah, and the chance is gone.
She had way more time to pick out a pass. She just gets in again on that left-hand side. She's causing Ashley Neville all sorts of problems, and she enters the box and she just looks to feed the ball on a sixpence into the path of Nikita Pearce, but I think she's just trying to be a little bit too intricate. Spurs are building from the back again. Robert Villaham having a chat with his assistant coach Vicky Jepson, who's done some fantastic things at Tottenham Hotspur women as well. They're probably just trying to figure out how they stay compact. Damage limitation at this point.
Great reception for Jade Riviere, who was one of the players taken off Aoife Mannion on. She was injured in the cup final of last year and didn't play until February of this. So it's great to see her out there playing. And applause from the Manchester United fans who were sat right in front of us, and an embrace there from her coach as she sits down. Another big day at Wembley for Ella Toone. Scored in the European Championship final, scored here in the Finalissima against the South American champions Brazil, and scored the opening goal in these minutes today.
Just another day at the office for Ella Toone at Wembley. Business as usual.
Miyazawa played in, but Tottenham were there to mop it up. Now Spence looks long for Rosella Ayan, long-legged, to take on her defender Millie Turner. Turner and the City flawless at the back, I would say, for Manchester United today. Now here's Ashley Neville, who's had her uncomfortable moments. Ball into the box, and Manchester United should deal, and it's cleared away by Aoife Mannion. Good to see her back, Izzy, because she's had so many injury problems. Aoife Mannion.
Yeah, she hasn't. She's naturally a centre-back and she's gone over at right-back, but I think that's where Mark Skinner's deployed her this season when she's been available. Just as, you know, this performance from Manchester United has been the epitome of how I'd envisage a Manchester United team to have to perform. They've been resilient in defence and they've had that sprinkling of magic when they've needed it. Growing up watching Manchester United, especially the men's winning treble year in '99, how I imagine a Manchester United team to look, and this performance today has been that.
Well, they're well in command. They are 3 to the good with 10 minutes to go. As Tottenham crossed into the penalty area, and Beth England just flopped to the ball. She's wearing the captain's armband now. She was nowhere near getting to the edge of the cross, and she just flopped down in sort of despair, really. And the Tottenham Hotspur fans beginning to stream towards the exits. They've done brilliantly to get this far in the competition. Teams there have beaten Manchester City in the quarter-final 1-1, 4-3 on penalties. Leicester extra time. And here come Manchester United again. Nelson with the run, the release to the edge of the penalty area. That's a good challenge. Really well-timed challenge to win that and cleared away. Charlie Grant, it was, who got the challenge in. It's full-time at West Bromwich Albion against Southampton. Tom Gale.
West Brom 0, Southampton 0, Jonathan. Chances for both teams throughout, but perhaps West Brom will feel most aggrieved they didn't convert the second half cutback, which found Grady Diarra striking from the penalty spot. Well saved by McCarthy. Saints boss Russell Martin now 7 games unbeaten against the Baggies. All square heading into Thursday's return leg. Full-time, West Brom 0, Southampton 0.
Actually, Neville plays out then for Tottenham to Wang Shuang on this right-hand side. Back to Neville, 3 yards in from the right touchline, halfway inside her own half. Seeks Amy James Turner on the edge of the penalty area. The Tottenham box, wearing yellow boots, just rolls it forward into the heart of the midfield. Graham edges it on. Ashley Neville has it back again. Manchester United not in the mood to settle for 4. With Mallard on the left-hand side, Jayce's come on the right-hand side. Nikita Paris through the middle. They've got a very attacking lineup out there now. Nelson plays it wide towards Melvin Mallard.
Yeah, there's been some very poor in possession decisions made by Tottenham today, and we've seen so much quality from them throughout the season in the WSL, but this occasion they've just not managed to portray what they are capable of, whether that be the defending and the shape of Manchester United, or they've just not turned up on the day. But Robert Villahan will be extremely disappointed. He's stood on the touchline in the technical area with his arms folded and one of his hands on his chin, and he's looked consistently in this second half like he's been trying to figure out how he can limitate this game.
It will be the Tottenham Hotspur fans waving their flags at the end, the Manchester United fans waving their flags at the end, and the football club and Kelowna watching on up there. Avram Glazer will be hoping that it's the men's club who are celebrating here in the men's FA Cup final, because it could well mean that Manchester United have to win that game to get back into Europe, the way they're finishing their league programme. Manchester United, Arsenal in the Premier League follows us here.
Can't wait for that, with a bit of Clinton Morrison co-commentary. Big fan of his.
Well, I first knew Clinton when he was a young lad at Crystal Palace, an apprentice, as they used to call them back in the day, trainee at Crystal Palace, and he was so wholehearted, and his infectious joy as a footballer used to spread through that dressing room. 76,082 is the crowd here, so it's an FA Cup final record, beating not quite a record, just fell short of last season's. That's edged away on the far side for a corner kick, came off Chasey, I think. Now who's that down for Manchester United? Referee's gone across just to check.
This could be Tottenham's first corner.
I think it is.
Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it is.
In the 85th minute.
Hannah Blundell it was. She's okay, she's picked herself up. I think she was winded, no more than that. So the target will be Bethany England on the edge of the 6-yard area. United with everyone back in or around their own penalty area. High swirling cross at 4-0 down, aimed at Drew Spence in there, ran all the way through, and now Manchester United should get it away. Played out by Mannion, looking for Lisa Nelson. Nelson, for me, got stronger as the game has gone on. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say her and Katie Zellum in that too, in the Man United midfield, have been, they've been consistent. I wouldn't say they've both had their best games, but they've definitely done their job, and it goes back to what I was saying about this team performance for Manchester United. They've been really efficient, and they've done all the basics really well, and they've let the forward players go and shine, and they've certainly delivered defensively really sound. But arguably, have they been tested by Tottenham? Because in my opinion they haven't been, but fully deserved situation they're in at the moment. Manchester United 4-0 up, very, very comfortable and very well deserved.
And after last season's defeat at this stage, it is a memorable return to Wembley under the big arch. And they attack through Mallard on the right hand side between the penalty box and the far touchline. She couldn't get beyond a defender who cleared to Beth England, lays it off to Graham, simply gobbled up in there. Selim's had a very good game for Manchester United. Nelson making the run off her and shooting too high.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, good play by Selim just to break it up, just coming in front of Bethany England, nicking the ball off her. And that's been the only pass that Tottenham have looked for this afternoon, is that dink pass into either Martha Thomas or Bethany England. They've really struggled to have players underneath them as that support network to blend play forward, and Man United have just sniffed it out. Good tactics from United.
35 years ago, she's just got away with another one there, Becky Spencer, being closed down very, very quickly. She got the pass away. Graham under pressure from Blundell. 35 years ago this weekend, Katie Selim's father, Alan, played here from Macclesfield Town, the old Wembley it was, the FA Challenge Trophy final. They lost in extra time to Telford United, and today young Katie will be here as a winner. And it's going to be a throw to Manchester United on their right hand side, and they are 4-0 up, and Tottenham Hotspur fans, now the seats begin to empty rapidly away to our right hand side. They were so boisterous beforehand, so full of hope in their first final.
There's been incredible noise from the Tottenham end though, well, and the United end as well, of course, but there's been tremendous support throughout, considering obviously Manchester United men's team have got a massive Premier League match up in Manchester today. You know, the support is unwavering here at Wembley for the women's team, which is fantastic to see.
Well, I came up from the south coast and I saw cars with flags of Manchester United, scarves of Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur as well, streaming from the windows. It's great to see all around the stadium. Now here's Miyazawa for Manchester United. Plays back to Selim, loops the ball down the line. Chase has come to the left-hand side now for Manchester United to put pressure on the defender. It's cleared away, but Tottenham can't get a foot back in the game as we enter the last 2 minutes of play now. Ashley Neville, who's come such a long way up through from the Championship to the WSL with Spurs and now to Wembley, takes the throw into Bethany England, a record signing in WSL history. Pass is rather dragged by Kit Graham, but it made its way out towards the left-hand side. Grant's cross into the box, low and flat, and Bethany England sets up the shot from deep. Kit Graham, it's slammed into Nelson and ricochets away then for Manchester United to Melvin Mallard on that left-hand side. Back to the fullback, and it's cleared long down the line by Aoife Mannion. And Tottenham have it back again, 4-0 down, just over a minute remaining. Angle forward by James Turner, and out of play it goes. As a match, it swung Manchester United's way dramatically with that Toon goal, but really the second killed the game, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And the timing of the second goal and the context in which it happened, Tottenham making a couple of changes on a defending set piece, and the inevitable happened. Rachel Williams rising the highest inside the box. That's the player of the match, Lucia Garcia, just announced in the stadium. The fans are loving it. 2 goals in a Wembley FA Cup final is pretty incredible.
Gets a hug down there from Ella Toon, who's such a competitive player. I remember seeing a feature on her playing table tennis with her dad, I think it was, and she was just so desperate to win, just desperate to win anything.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what it is.
You would be so surprised with professional athletes and the mentality to win. It goes into areas of life that you wouldn't even expect it on a winding down time, playing a table tennis or snooker or pool. Everyone just wants to win all the time.
Well, she's all smiles down there, Lucia Garcia. Big day for her and Manchester United, and we're about to enter stoppage time as Ashley Neville plays down the right hand touchline for Tottenham Hotspur as they try and get back into the game. Wang Shuang back to Graham, tries a shot from the edge of the penalty, ricochets through to England. Her shot hits Aoife Mannion on the head and bounces away. And they've put now the sign down for stoppage time. There are 6 minutes of stoppage time to play.
What a block that was from Mannion, by the way. I'm just watching the replay. Beth England chests the ball into her path and turns and hits it on the half volley. And Mannion just stands strong and lets it hit her head. Really brave.
From that injury last year, great to see her back playing in a third cup final. She's been runner-up twice. United again switch to the left-hand side. Ball was played out from Nelson, who was right side of midfield. Shazy attacking the penalty area. It's a good challenge there by Ashley Neville, with the wrong foot really to make the challenge, but Chaser picks it up again, drills the shot in, blocked inside the penalty area, and Amy James Turner, a wearied Amy James Turner's clearance drops in short as she's aiming for Azella Ayan, who's done well to hold it up. She's pulled back there rather aggressively from Hannah Blundell, and that's going to be a yellow card, and that's the first yellow card of this FA Cup final.
Yeah, it's quite cynical from Hannah Blundell, but professional nonetheless. Azella Ayan just break away with the ball. She's got the pace to get in behind, and Hannah Blundell just has a little tug. Referee sees a yellow card, and Becky Spencer, in a Jordan Pickford-esque position, looks to take a deep free kick. Spurs are launching every single player up just to see if they can perhaps have something to remember from this cup final, be a goal.
Spencer, who gifted Manchester United their third, takes the free kick into the penalty area. It's looped, but looped wide by Amy James Turner, and well wide it was. And we've nearly had 2 minutes of stoppage time. We'll be off, don't forget, Old Trafford for Manchester United against Arsenal in the Premier League, with Arsenal needing a victory as they stand 2 points shy of Manchester City at the top of the table. The next weekend will be fascinating, that final weekend. So many issues could be alive, and we will be wherever the story is.
You know what's interesting in the WSL, the final day approaching on the 18th on Saturday. Chelsea, I'm sure, will be watching this game with serious intent, because they've got to play both these teams before, well, the finale is against Manchester United at Old Trafford. If Manchester United play like this, Chelsea might struggle to grasp the title, that being if they beat Spurs on Wednesday night. So it's teed up to be an exciting finale.
Played out by Blundell. Nice turn. Right down below us on the left-hand touch, and Shazy, then she dropped her shoulder, tried to drift inside Neville, who read the situation. Shazy snaps back into the challenge. That's going to be a throw for Tottenham Hotspur. Good little tussle that between Ashley Neville and Shazy, the Brazilian, who's had an in and out season. She's been substituted 10 times in 13 league starts. Manchester United fans begin to wind up the noise. Huge empty spaces at the Tottenham end of the ground, the west end of the ground now, as the sunshine leaves them in shade and in sorrow.
I tell you, for free up in Manchester, we don't get the sun that often, and those Manchester United fans that are basking in the sunshine of Wembley, they'll be enjoying every minute of this, seeing their team play. And also for those that like a suntan, they'll certainly be getting one.
Nikita Paris was fouled as she tried to get away from Amy James Turner, just inside her own half. She picks herself up, trots off Nikita Paris, and the free kick is taken quickly. Hannah Blundell angles it to the right hand side, played back then by Hinata Miyazawa, and Manchester United have possession now. Ethan Mannion on that right touchline, along the ground to Melvin Mallard. Mallard back to Katie Zellum, who's had a super game for Manchester United. Controlled things in there. I wonder what would have been the situation had Tottenham players got around her, put her under a bit more pressure, or countered quicker than they have done.
Yeah, I think the counter-attack is probably the area where, if you want to exploit Katie's element, it's where you should try. But like you say, Jonathan, she has such a good control of the game in the centre of the park that she's often manipulating the game when you don't even know she is. And the way that Tottenham are set up, I mean, naturally Katie Zellam's going to have time on the ball, but for me, you've got to get up tight and stop her dictating and give yourselves a chance. But hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Lovely to work with you today, Izzy. I remember commentating on Izzy when she made her England debut. Estonia, I think it was.
It was, yeah.
6-0 you scored?
It was, yeah. I didn't score all 6 though. I scored 1, which I was delighted with.
How disappointing. Can't remember where it was. Mark Sampson was the manager, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
All that's given away at the back. Untidy from Manchester United for the first time. Violet Izzy, maybe a little bit tired, and Mary Oakes dropped to her feet, picked it up, and in the 95 minutes we've had, Mary Oakes has not had a save to make. Beth England hit the bar, but it has been a very gentle afternoon for England's number 1. Well, she deserves a gentle afternoon. She was super in the semi-final, and she clears it away downfield, where it's headed out for Tottenham Hotspur by Luana Bühler, who's been strong for them at the back. Now Zellum, misplaces a pass, gets it back again, just inside the Tottenham half, or rolls the ball inside the fullback. Lovely run here. Mallard into the penalty area, pushes it back, looking for, there's an offside flag anyway. She looked at Nikita Paris. It's a free kick for offside. Mallard might have gone a little bit early. But the game is long gone, and look away to our left here, Izzy. Look at the flags, the Manchester United flags. It's a wall of red flags being twirled over the heads. And Manchester United have won the 2024 Adobe FA Cup final, and they have put Tottenham to sword in the second half. They've won it by 4-0. Ella Toone on the stroke of half-time was the game breaker, and then Rachel Williams 9 minutes into the second half, swiftly followed by a gift to Garcia. It was 3 on 56 minutes, and Garcia rounded it off 16 minutes from time with her second, a lovely lofted shot as she fell to the ground inside the penalty area. Comfortable win for Manchester United, and look at the fans here as the red flags twirl in the early summer sunshine.
Jonathan, Izzy, thank you both very much indeed. Congratulations then to Manchester United on winning their first major trophy. We will bring you much more reaction to that at half-time at Old Trafford, because we're ready to go in this big game in the Premier League. Manchester United's men's team against Arsenal, and Clinton Morrison is with correspondent John Murray.
Yes, thank you, Steve. Welcome everyone inside Old Trafford on what's already been a highly successful day for Manchester United Football Club, as you've just been hearing. But here in the Premier League, it is Manchester United 8th in the table against title-chasing Arsenal. And it is coming to the crunch, isn't it? The Premier League season ends next Sunday afternoon. There's 1 week left of this Premier League season. Arsenal kick off now in front of our eyes in the yellow away shirts with the black wavy lines, the black shorts and the yellow and black socks. Manchester United in the red shirts, white shorts, black socks. Manchester United defending the Stretford end in the first half, and Arsenal have won the ball back from Menu. Arsenal into the penalty area, and Manchester United are just about able to deal with it all. It's kept in by Saka, who is challenged there by Dalot, went down quickly. Referee Tierney says no free kick, and then the ball is worked in from the right hand side, cleared away by Johnny Evans. It's given back to Arsenal. This is very strong early Arsenal pressure here, with the visitors backed by a deafening crowd of Arsenal fans to our right. And now on the edge of the penalty area, the ball is slipped into the box to Havertz, right side of the area, chips it across, and it's put behind at the back post for a corner to Arsenal. Clinton Morrison's next to me, Premier League goal scorer. What a start by Arsenal.
What a start. They straight from the kickoff, they just pen Man United in. It's good play by Saka. He tries to play a 1-2, he thinks he's fouled, but in the end it was good defending from Diallo.
Yep, we've reached the point in the season where if Arsenal do not win today, then Manchester City can be confirmed as champions again on Tuesday. So I wonder who's going to do who a favour. The corner for Arsenal. Declan Rice waits to take this in front of the Stretford end. Lots of players run to the near post. It's glanced across and then headed away by Wan-Bissaka at the far post. Saka now takes up possession for Arsenal, weaving one way and the other, then to the byline. It's blocked away and bounces away for Manchester United to bring it away towards the halfway line with Amad Diallo, who's starting a match for Manchester United for the first time this season, and United win themselves a throw-in halfway inside their own half. So Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. This Manchester United team, which is without Rashford, it is without Bruno Fernandes again. There was an expectation that they would both be fit and back in the team, but in actual fact Bruno Fernandes is sitting about 15 yards to our left on the back row of the director's box next to Tom Heaton. Manchester United with a throw. Johnny Evans gets to it in the left full-back position and stabs it out of play for a throw into Arsenal. So the United team, Onana in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Evans and Dalot. Then Amrabat with captain McTominay and Menu. As Arsenal take the throw and it's volleyed away from inside the box. And then Højlund up front with Garnacho and Amad Diallo on either side. And Arsenal, same team as last weekend. Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Tomiyasu, Odegaard, Partey and Rice, Saka, Havertz and Trossard. And Mikel Arteta has set this Arsenal team out with a clear order to get an early goal if they can. It's been all Arsenal. Long throw to the byline. Odegaard tries to pull it back. Manchester United get it half away. It's given away to Partey. Partey now on the edge of the penalty area. Odegaard is in there, and then the left foot shot from Saka from the right side of the box is straight at Onana, who's able to lean forward and save it quite comfortably.
No, we've been playing 3 minutes. Honestly, Man United have not got out of their half. It's been a fantastic start from Arsenal. Good play between Odegaard and Saka. It's probably a weak shot from Saka there. Comfortable save from Onana, but you can see what Arsenal have done. They saw what Man City done yesterday and they thought, we need to start well, and they have started well. One thing I will say, John, Ten Hag looks smart. He's got a little beige number. I do like it. Very summery.
Yes, he has. I think it's got a slight check to it. It's a beige suit, black trainer style shoes. I can see a touch of ankle in there as well.
Yeah, he looks very smart.
He does. He's well turned out, and he'll be hoping that his team is much better turned out than they were at Crystal Palace. As the ball is played forward to Højlund, but he can't get it under control in between these two excellent Arsenal central defenders. But Højlund in again with a chance, but slips at the crucial point inside the area. The ball was actually won back, I think, by McTominay against Partey on the edge of the penalty area. Bounced to Højlund, and I'm not sure was necessarily expecting it, and slipped when he went to shoot.
You don't get chances like this, John. It's a big chance. I think he slips. I think Saliba plays it to Partey, and credit McTominay. He's onto him like a flash, and it's a great chance for Højlund, but he slips over, and it kind of hits his standing foot and goes over wide. You can see it there. He slips. If he don't slip, it's 1-0 to Man United.
However, it is Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. And this is 5 Live, BBC Sounds. The World Service are with us as well on what is a day in Manchester that feels like it could almost be a day in Malaysia. It is sweltering.